ye mo akwa Badom TV Badwam dwumade no eso ye de nwum na hyase de edu so no ye Badwam kase ne na Awurade asese nnenso atiasefo no me ne umienu ye ka ho ebie eni de mu ye hwasa de nsam no nkyeremu no etie ne ne mu nsam ene FDA mpanifo aba be kyeremu de ntia celebrities one man womo mo de rofa ensa anase alcohol ho ye de ho nsam no nkyeremu no ebebro yabebwera yensa foforo mu na yahwe nia ekoso ene yaba beto dwase 91 million a ye nipa wa bibra mamu a yenya ohawo ewo enuane emu a de yare ebre yen eye WHO mpanifo ene de sansemi atudwa eno ne nsem bi na no pay me de browse Adom TV Badwam kase o share live on Facebook/Adom TV Extra Go TV eye 119 DSTV 280 or YouTube Adom TV 2 o searchie na ubenya ye bidi de afia amankwa tamaklo afia ni de monsam no nkyeremu ankasa eni FDA mpanifo aba be kyeremu de ntia ene wonma ho kwan ma celebrities emodero emfa ensa eho oso won mo ye we sebe yom bebo ganafo eho eban afri ensanom eho Deputy Chief Executive Officer Food Division Ora Roderick Kwabna Dade Ejei on the distance me etuja
yedi mra ne ye adwuma ene mra ne say na tie se wo ye celebrity a nkofo timi hwew na omo judi a yempese oba begina nsa ho ka sem papa bi e kire yempese obegina ko ma nka say ye gi yemfase ye yi omo ano aduane afiri ho da bi kwakrakra rather ebuo ne yebu omo ene enim so asem a omo beka no e wo effect ene ye wo research e wo ho a research resi nkrofo saa begina ho kan nkrofo nkwala no etie a kirem ne bedi omo dam etie yempene saa de no se de mra ne tie no etie mra ene ye di so se de mra so kan se omo ye infant formula no omo ye nkwala aduane no omo so yempene omo mamo nye advert e wo nkwala ne ho aduane so omo hia nkwala aduane e ye doctor ene obeka se ebi omo hia eti yempe hu se mra ne wo ho enye celebrities mamo dwen se omo pe na affect omo yes companies ne krampo omo ye advert no yempene so omo de advert no billboard omo ba ko see school ho baby school be what it should be away more than 200 meters away from a school. It is not allowed. We won't say alcohol and say advert no ye be before 8.
Program Manager Dema Non-Communicable Diseases World Health Organization Dr. Joan Anson na wasi abibremu amai enkoano enipa bese 91,000 ye yenya yare free yenuane ahodomu afibia na enumu nso nipa 137,000 na meno so eto ananamo ensiedo Adom TV kase etwaso.
Globally, an estimated 600 million suffer from foodborne illnesses annually, with the highest foodborne disease burden in Africa and Southeast Asia. In the African region alone, 91 million people suffer from foodborne diseases annually, resulting in 137,000 mortalities, which accounts for a third of the global death toll. The most affected are vulnerable populations, such as young children. Foodborne illnesses are usually infectious or toxic in nature and caused by bacteria, viruses, parasites, or chemical substances.
Deputy Chief Executive Officer of World Food and Drug Authority, our Food Division, SO Roderick Kwabna Dade Ejei enso editu dwa se
ye kasi ye betena ase ne ase ye behwe omo de sebe ye friend heavy metals egu ensuo nim ne ye bekasi ye beblemi omo a ye hiase ye nyina ye beka bom ye ne ahemfo ye ne ye friends obi friends opinion leaders ye ne police ye ne army ye ne food and drugs authority ye ne environmental protection agency enye emra ye ba betenetene ya tane ya blemi obi hiase sase ye tena ase ne ye
Oswafo ya wo share energy honsam so ye Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe na eneyi wode ne nkyeremu aba na nu ntamu ne yese de ne nka ne nyina ne na so no wo kyerese enye dum so na ne kasa mu wo se nya haw ewa adwumayefo ne ankorankora so de ene wakopie mu omrahye bedwafie mu na yebisebisa ne nsem efa nyina mu ahoden mu ensem se de tie ho no de sansemi ekoso na de osi ejina so ntima yen kan ya na nyina ne so no eni.
The Speaker, consumers were experiencing outages due to a number of factors. That included localized outages due to overload on lines and transformers. So, Speaker, there are certain areas in this country that all of a sudden the number of people resident or the businesses that have accumulated, especially I can give an example of parts of East Legon, which was a purely residential area, now has become one of the major business districts, increasing power consumption, thereby hampering the existing lines there. So the transformers and the lines have to be updated.
Rane kasa yemu no wachire mu se saa kwansidi a wonum ahia ewo enamahoden ehu nsem eka ho bi na ama enamahoden no edundundundum.
Speaker, at the time the questioner put the question, Sempa had an emergency valve leak, which meant a complete shutdown, losing immediately 340 megawatts. That also contributed. And then, last but not the least, planned maintenance on Amandi power plant was also ongoing at the same time. The emergency outages, sometimes also requested by a grid company, had contributed. So there was a myriad of factors that unfortunately had happened that were causing power outages in different parts at different times. So, the reason why ECG went further to say that they were not load shedding, because most of those instances were not planned, and so they couldn't have come up or come out with a
laboratory units. Yeah, Menshia Government Hospital, ne Confornoche Teaching Hospital, and in our Kumaseno, one more outum, Ninanes, a Medical Laboratory Professional Workers Union at Yetuya. Enti woko consulting room a doctor chira wo se bia kwaye nhwehwemu a na is a private one na wo mbema wo do ani a chira yo how pa nura na se woni se okache Adom TV etwaso
medemena na aba yese me nkoda abo menye obi nhwe ma me akora no wo enti me sra wa da mensa ye na na chwe ni hwe yen wo nura anura no wo ye wa ye fita medenaba ese me mfa na nkola abo wo maame oba abro wa hena na me kofa da abo sika nti me sra nana the doctor for no se pe bia wonye mae
ayafo bia wo ba beji ayahwe na watwa so akola laboratory akohwe wo mogem akire se ukwa abonten na se ukoye lab na ne boarding pa
abonten ne boarding bisa me ko no mogem 6.7 ebi so hanso ke bia record bia 5 million and 6 million abonten die higher pa
eno echi Adom kase ene Dr. Eric Kofi Edua wono ene ye Asante Regional Chairman ma Medical Laboratory Professional Workers Union bonkomo
ye feli say in fact enye ye pe say nke bedu sa adrewe but ye the information no call ye say ye say ye ntenase na ye nsiesie ne ma no emi so mo mfi na members nankasa tebuofu because we be the same hospital now we need a juma na so no okay now we okay in fact I na drink kakaka and at the lab department no so year cancel almost a treat no one of the department almost the raises kama hospital there's no department in the hospital almost me raises kapa lab no in the raises ka into a department be to say I mean I don't know unso mama anaso omonye okay no monye mo ekramponfa
Adom TV Badwam kase na ocean convener the man locked up investment forum holders forum say ne Ghana yensi kasam ne ade no atete apansam a enyehwe nya ne say adehye investors sika akwakodi ba bia aban na yes wonfi wo mo nyina ka huntia oni Adom TV kase atwaso
market bi a beka say ye stable no na nye market enkofo sika hyem na omo nsenka na how say market no dey stable market is stable and they say go and come utumi wuram no dey waba anytime person do sika kotu bia koto anytime person do sika bia akoje then you can say this is a stable market na market a sika hyem no dey untumi nka say dey stable
enti na me say omone World Bank any IMF any donor other donor partners no enkasa na omon preso say no munim say we kura na ho ha omon chiro say asema wo honi tokro bi da hodeda DP aba no nti den a odwen say financial market no institutions no bi hu ba kire won nti so omho kire won a no mo de IMF first financial stability fund no aboa won
and what you carry to us say nei emabuno kura ni nye so wode won sika be investment biem kame ai say won mo ye investment no enkokora ne mrewa waye wadwuma aduru be semfie aduonum eno nso enya de ebeboa omanyi
nti no akwama ye memu the habit of investment no akwakwa say empanifo no omo ekọ omonim empanifie so no ena ye investment no na mafo no 40 45 for say life start at 40 and so for 40 for no nyina na busa on say investment amowo ya he ebi afre 1000 unyemu 10 enti ubo hu say investment no ya akwa empanifo but yes say say momo ma we enka
ohene popro okoji amaya sie edukran otosumienu ede na disrepa na eto apostle community no enim se ne yakoso bia wo ho ntamo no wontu ni nyina ngu na emum wompre se no kwaridie ne asomdue be ye adwuma ni nyina ye menteme ho asibia awo ho achapa wo apesu kobi traditional area ho sentwefo nhia mudi ase na nana de adesrei etudwa
de ye kantia wa ne se krono de ye nana no de bibiara ewo so ye de na de ye kan no se ma obiara anye ntum na de omba ha betra ase keka ye ni nyina no enya no kware ye ntro e no mba bedi ye na mo nkrata ye nsema ya kan nyina so no nkrata da so o hwa ahensie chieftaincy acts de omo achichi regional house omo titi district assembly municipal assembly ni de kan hu nyina no nkrata ni nyina edin da so ye apisukubi
fasa kwanya no so edit wo manfo enim sa asomdue ene hia na odit wo apostles fo enim se wonye no kra ne ntum na wantwantwi bi eda wontem no wontungu no wontena asomdue mu sede efrimfie pii ni wo mo atena no a
de asomdue ne yepe sede ye ne on betena ho asomdue because baby asomdue ni no ya na mpontu ni ho ye kan mpontu djuma ye nyina no wo ba bisoku bi a ya ye mpontu djuma bebre abisoku bi ye kura enne e kra be nyuma e koso nso mo nko asefo djuma ye wi a ye ne om na chimpo pepe wo mpo disin ye ena sese kura ware abam aware abam ya ne om aware yawo afra enti ye de ready se nenne nkade nkabo mu wo ho wo ye nananom mre wo mpanimfo no mpo free mu ye nananom ye wo mayikase apisoku bi amamre kwan so no ye ready se nenne wo penkabo
Ejmayefo ya womo ayifo Wood Village abontrene se wonfutu kwan no saban assembly womanka momo ama meyedia wonbeto wani no na won wasi kwan no adom kase etwaso
last 2 weeks pragia ebasa no wobofom ebasa ekoto maame ne nado no ko nya mo fe o heye ne ni anom ya ye ho ye dwuma wona mado afri nyipa no maame litiem besia penfo ofri abobo ya no mo tofom penso ya to aba ntonto ko mo omro mo hwe so onto dem a ya ye to ndia da kor obo da bo so no na kwan ye siwun aha kwan so no okotwu class no ofindun ko onini da kor obo da bo so no ya twinwere na egu kwan no because yanso ye ifidie tira ye kuta ye nyemmofra ye hwe won
enwachi okade to aso se ne kwan ne da ho no ma obi amfa ne nsanka ye no ne mfuturo bia enha wo mo so sha se wo be ye pe a contractor no eja kwan no ato ho no ama sese eha wo mo pa
ekwan wonjuru do no ye ko town kwan a amra ketenketi no dem wonjuru do no ne ye tae ye eduma fine ti se wan hwe na wan maya wan se apato wan hina na so ada wo so ye no wan ye na all ho hen bebre se agana no ribi nkoye na re kampa na wo so ye politics asam na ma wantra soro ho na wombu ihan nkakama na yegu ase na sabe yan yanya nyipa ma wantra soro ho na wombu ihan da sabe yan yanya nyipa na mom odo abato bra wa abakro hen da bi so ye hian na yeke wo mo modern wo mo hwe patia saban
Enyina no so na Adom TV Badwam kase na hana bema kwan na no pay ye de asiase da ye wodia erade fa nkomra somdiem ne mum koso ane ntena our Facebook and our YouTube Adom TV tube. Within the affair, among quarter maclo ya kwaba yenche. The one krata ne online stories are kan sano. Edit waso. The any pay so bad be money de odonwa. Tia the radio se wa udi cafe na wo share Adom TV. We news no. The bonum kakra femo. Any abbey. Ye do so near the one krata no. Any online stories set here. Yen director wo be kufi ampedu. Baba ma kuma mutu be. Timu selenda bona kuma mutu. To the my style be bisana ye. Odone chewa. Aha. Odone chewa ejum bia utime bo. Former incoming asante mampo. No, ne need da kwan so obepere ho no. Ba amfa. Bismarck akwasinsia. Na no pe gina he. Emoache.
Efi amajo so.
So hu ye de.
Okona nso.
But if fashion wadu mi say adwuma we. Hello, nyen no na meka. Adwuma ye wo ye. Eno anu adwuma. You sorry ma hu ke camera wo mu. Because ye de ahoache na be sorry. Asa oba no wa brave to say. Oba chi. But who chi kuro ngozi we.
Ah, ma chi sorry.
Enye bete.
Enko kwa oda.
What you say? Me hwese de woni ai twan.
Asebo.
You know,
you man does.
And you better.
But very near.
A fumpo, we ya botrate. Na me be ye. E be kakra no, wo be retire be age be. O ya de we ye.
O re min no 60.
We no 60. Na djuma we ye do 60 dia. Hey! Enye izo.
O le.
Hey.
Sha ho wachi sorry e.
Oh. E ready?
Karere.
Na ya hwefo ya da mo ase. E ye moa. Unkran shamne the way you sorry ana musumu this one.
Sorry, no my idea.
Didn't I was say that? You can say that. I was say sorry. You be kan emre wan nkokro mu nyina te ho hwe. Ti yeda mo ase papa munti na Awurade hye yenden. E me sorry. Nti sa pa. E nwanwa. Tata ma so say wo so sorry. Na ho na nam aye de. We dey da. Nsu oto agrada bubom lightning. E so sorry.
E no so fa.
Enyamia na de ekopa ti da mo ase pa se mo hweye nye nko a team no doso nye nko a ye ne mo hweye se ye kasa ye nkasa
mo wo akire a
ye directors on any team sound of war ne camera ne light ne set design ne MCR omo na makwan ma wo huye ma wo te ye nka ti bi enye ye de ejina so kasa mo akire ne doso nya bete Jonas Wahome Jonas. Wahome sa the trade sa Jonas. We there the wafedi. Ti Awurade hye de Awurade nka ye ho. No miemia ya pomu. Ma ye more energy. Ade bi ebetumi de asori ahoɔden mu. Ya beso ye man Ghana. Ti mamu akwaba. Kwasi. Na sam so ye incoming.
Oh yes sir.
Ano de woni.
Who said make us say? Nyame ne se hene.
Nyame de.
Yes.
Sa. Ti emre no so bebem
ebebem. Se nyame wakandada
sa
nyame aka dada
se
ebebem
mo a mani da kwan da bia be kakra ne ani ha ede ne yegina so be kakra ne ani ha na sa abre no mu no wo be frɛ no ono abo
gina so ma catch us say mun frɛ me back because ye ko cosmetic
sa
yes
incoming
ye ko dwindwin Ghana
incoming ya za to mampo mo hwɛ na nche
me kai obi ko la my friend, my even so my busy pals. I don't want parliament na.
Amazing.
Young call line.
Adomonline.com. Any or say 10 companies have expressed interest in Saglami housing project. Oro pon kroma yourself for where dancy and ensemo say enyumako be dubia ni je ho se wo de wo ho ehye Saglami housing project no emu edan de wo bi organa hapa gugu kwaye no musa munsi no obi anya bi Ghana nyame ehira endodo we no da ubokrata bi the story bi bae ida graphic na say yenya grant eni yenya we me gina ha me shada no mankasa because chale edie ne yenya ye na nkofo boy abosia ne ye so still Enti no yesi enyumako bedu womo any da kwan
the foreign and local companies.
Enti no
say government say nya de $100 million be say
sa Mamemra Hanum, Niase Ghana recorded 17,774 new HIV infections in 2023. I know 2023, dear.
Yeah.
Ghana, HIV Mwawa Abanipa Nipedumu, 17,774. Near 2023. Near what 2024.
Something about this week, reporting about this week.
Yeah. Yen share kunye ni nyina no ya hweye ene bo ho ba na yen so asabi ebi wo yen so no ene die mu a wo wonim sa de ne bi wo so nti ade na wo te abo
enye
bo ho ban yen reduce infection no eno ane hia no maduro kra wo ho no maduro a be bo yare na ase be bre na se e ma no ensa asai no mo aduro ko hospital nya ferry
nya ye we but ye mo e ho ban Because you too far, see and train one. I
don't do answer.
Bon, she condom to condom papa. To condom papa. Because condom papa no. Nebo enye din enchen pampers bako.
Diaper
box. So, tiemwe humbai. Fem free sa yare kitten. Ene Ninsen ya wo brenson so obewo
obenyem
yes obenyem na afi akofa ba na yanka se musike mo bi kan ya he na ba ko se be ka ho
munya careful
ye mo ho ban wai
no memma no nso ye wia no wayi wani saa
na munya saa de no oh metimi ayi nti se there be try and try why munya saa me o medium hum saa no there be enye saa de no asa wona eba na no odin udi agrafia eno akase mo apian eti show condom why
condom why
mo ho bai
munya nkura mo mu nyini mabawa no no mu nyini
bebre wa chire o hu ni sa no bebre wa chire mo mia eye fan a wonna ma no ani age
to condom to no dodo to gu ho
to 5
ebe wa duru no waka hweda de yentimi nhye o seja wuntimi nyanpo to de nya condoms no gu ho unim nipa no wo ba bia na wa ko ni straight sa my dear
enye
ofefe na no anyenya yade ade ti anu ano no de aka na entertainment wo ba adomonline.com a nsam no wo ho na fe patwa so
efiafa de bokata ento aso daily guide de bokata enso enie Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia Foni Vice President and Flag Bearer Edma NPP Amanyoku ni Foni ena wono ka say or say Ghana needs visionary leader Bawumia na kan say eti Dr. Bawumia say Ghana hia kandifo a owo ani swade hu vision penny owo ani swade hu Supreme Court upholds FDA's ban on Celebrity Alcohol Act. Who's that saying FDA for the bar say we a celebrity untimi enya ensa advert and will be the court but no really amba atemwafo etena pronounce ne mududo na ase o mene FDA ya adwen we a celebrity menya ensa advert
news no ye the buy nti no mo say FDA said the nti o mo ye sa no say o mo bo Ghana for ho buy because kwasi ugina we wo achi difo bebre ti ehu se kwasi gina so ya kwasi ye nti so obe follow nti papa ne kasa mu no o se nye celebrate no nkoa ne yayi wo manu aduane afri wanu campaign na akra no o nefo no so o mo ba no o mo hwe ani so no ohu kwasi gina ho hyepe afie gina ho hyepe nti kwan bi ono so befa so obey no beye ti se wo no mo nsa na afie no ma afie nso no na mehwe no nti na me so menye se afie bodawura so and radio TV and media no powerful you can be any pagidi media me before meji bibia to me be bibi no ya na me careful pa because eye wunti ya ye nkwahi obi beba afia wunti ya ye interview obi ba beton na duro no kwa beton na airtime no so okona bibia anya ye a afia na no ni obi kasa wo he me hwehwe no me hu no ne sa nioma no we de mumie nyina ya nyentum so ati ase unu 18 years ukono mo nsa ye do sukuni
but afia FDA for so moye na yenya statistics of time na emfa ban no ento
by now I see
celebrities no so ni ehwe emabuna na enum ensa as compared to ene
sa no so nye bad
because afia ene ye mabunu bebre ne statistics naturally say bebre kura hwe TV bebre hwe TV dodo na wo social media
ti ho nyina
so no ye mbane ensa advert
ti so mo de ko ho nso okay
sorry Michelle
na be boss no nso
odi ho kura say buba kwa betimi atankam no won phone so say ne advert dodo na wo social media eti this time no onye wo afia na asa kwesi to tell me say ensa we ye already we hu nsa no e social media then you need to also find out dear na ma ye mabunu bebre eko ensa we mu it's not just about the influence bibi na ma obi ti baby because I don't know bika ufa ayi adokodoko de otim se mu odepa enso kwabna ne se be besi nchen anom ne mwi abeka mani masi so
so say dokodoko de no so osuoso benya yare obenya siche yade ne woni
di yenhwe niama emabunu no eko ensawie mu it is not because shatawala akase ensa we yenti no bi kwakoto
peer pressure
yes it was say ye dwen sa ade no influence ne yes na meka say ye be come later near the influence no eye but the issue is say and they say mabunu dodo na esi omanu abaje ensa no ho a die na do mo awrem
peer pressure pesa wo kompona no ha the first and program be kwa ndim ko pie wa na jo sa enkwasi ko hwe shisha nom ne ade ntwini mu hu chese eme ade de me mpe wo ho ne I don't know but am so mo sesa ne de de omo de twe no do na me hu ne say say de kwasi twe a na so twe but am say so obi akura ne straw say bia omo de twe
sa na jot ne wi ne tie
ko hwe sa de no aye life as one twe bia na wa yekolo na omo tete ho no omo twe ene ne yaye bi balloon nti aye so obi kura balloon o di hu ma me na say ya fa ways and means bia ye create ade no ma no ye attractive
hwe tramadol atina na ba na mo ese na ye report be on tramadol what is a celebrity we advert for tramadol but hwe emabuna they are into tramadol you see them because you me emfa asem no eni there's a challenge or see the root cause of the challenge you know so it's not about celebrity be endorsed but me if you say mempa me tu akosi say me nim crophobia omono wi anante ba wi nkama no da e bi nkama no da
eyewa wo timi show ho obi ntumi sha no
na fiazi scientist na o se yenya from ye fie ye sorry ye nwuma mu ye school mu
e wo say ye man
o say scientist ni free wonom
I don't know so obi pressure be me
that is it
no obi no monsanti chinchinam da bi me se me mpa me o ya de a owo
me se me nya namfo afia yes
ebi so ye ni bre oni bre no tu pesa de o ye bia so ye bie so esono no na esono
me say adwuma afia ye broni baby free CNN be trainee ye me former station eno mami paper say me ready afia man kan pokura be say 2 paragraph and also be smart stop do you smoke now say there was no you need to start smoking
wow
afia me di na chi enom jot for almost 1 year edwe me no mu say ade a me obi akura hia me ka just akwasi now instead of voice more you draw.
Oh shit.
So my issue was there. Why do you have to continue this? That is it. Majai.
Baby, obenya ya olong.
Eja make us say, ya fasad na nhye mu say, me wo ba, me training me ba no ofie. Na me jai me ba say onkohwe akwasinsia, wonhwe afia mankwa na osua de e ma me ne wo kwantwa. Am ye be bra obi a say mo obi anya hwe. There's a challenge. Young finding the root cause of that challenge. Ya mabuna enom tramadol o mamunya de ketwa but celebrity be no endorse tramadol ba mabuna na enom akora ya akora timi ayomo akasa mixture
so super glue jina wo mu
ya the super glue egu energy drinking
yes
celebrity be na hu so jina TV so yes ade way but mabuna na ye
mo ya matra atrampo
omo ye ti won no say FDA ne Ghana Health Service ni penfor ye di adwe ekọ di ntina ma mabuna yes ade no
Tiama yare bebre adosu yare bebre conditions bebre ya boy yare bi di na o hwehwe basa momi enyina hwe ho yi yenye careful ate hwe be bia ofri no dey do life ono no niam bia me bodam the young boys girls
bodam
basa sabre ya ye hia samu energy ma be ye adwuma no
wate ahone no we
eno ahomache be ba no na me hu oba no ba kama ba fe ba panimu nso aye rasta na ne ntoma I'm say I will be an or nanti. Only see an auntie and near way and pabwa. Because by the time I see you, and I'm doing a quabanane or point side cassette to turn and take it. Women, careful. Emrena so. Young coffee. I am going. See, I quit the Agudiamon America, see the body to us so health tips or sickle cell no. For your status, ye count. Cocohe, whom come more wiki more. Ye dear, we perhaps a pebble bahman waterma, na fame, come be or what, yet the beba a semi cambeba, pensem war. For so an antenna, Badwam TV, Belgium, yet I say.
Mobia kwaba mraso say yede akodi mu nsama de bro samya na dot so de se fata sauti de boabo na yede ba Malta Guinness we see akonkon de nsama na basa and of course say yede bia meka no aye Malta Guinness no matter the occasion they say omo bottle no aye can no fia sa come on no matter the occasion say are home when je mu Malta Guinness ni ase ade na senya de and a Malta Guinness when it so de mo bia ni munyam wom. Yes, say bia o mo be drinking na man Malta Guinness. I say, who say, oh, that the secret son of my can need the crowd of the money partner. We feel abroswane dia bet power 4 can one pay na then some idea bro betting companies net also bet power and kokoro na nkasa o discard ya go to now. You say cost you no bia us no so chen obi ade no bet power. Bet power. So you can forward your amount and Paye, Omo Cremon, Yade, Basajo Manojo, Bernard Paribo, Treme producers, Kejuan Cassani, Erica Siedu Body, Basha said a few years, Koson, Menra Games, Barso in Group A and Group B, and Germany, a winning game, Scotland, ball draw, and then Croatia and Albania, beautiful game. And Albania, she makes a draw against Croatia. I'm going to take it the Croatia, but now some back by equalizer and okay to now. Young Conrad games in the Momra. On the Korean and Spain and Italy at the Bepim Sona faces Slovenia and Serbia, but Denmark and of course England. No matches not pre. Appear people. Spain, Italy in Group B, Slovenia, Serbia, and Denmark, England. And the matches are Basson our Euro live commentary our Adom FM ne Asempa FM ti yenhye and so. Now yakopie mo ansenfo from yakopie mo parliament na the speaker of parliament honorable Aban Bagbin na den sam kakra to dwa so tena se din no hwe tena se Black Stars no e ka kona se e shape ba befa ade ba kwa team no hia aye o man nyina support e befa ntoma pafra.
But I'm very, very convinced our boys are getting it together. And you can even see the difference between the first half and the second half. It takes time to gel. The coaching, the technical play, the styles differ from country to country and from team to team. And so when you get them together like this, there's some difficulty in getting synchronization, telepathy, and it takes time for it to settle. I realize the names that you are mentioning, they didn't achieve it in a day. It took a long group of them from the youth growing together to become the stars. So please, let's have patience, let's be tolerant, let's encourage them, let's support the technical team and everybody. And Ghana will once again rise up to the glory of God. But I'm very
honorable Aban Bagbin idea to a war some of them you go so come Black Stars and Samono Otuado second coming Bibrina say second coming in time funny idea Gideon Mensah a defender them Black Stars or no the adventure was second coming in funny what to
when he was the second coach for Coach Milovan, we all saw the impact that he made. I mean, being the second coach and then being part of the staff. So when he had the chance to go to the World Cup with us, I mean, I think most of the team, I mean, everyone was excited to work with him. And then obviously, like you said, I've worked under many managers and then coaches in the national team, and then they all have their own way of football, and then they all have their own way of working around with the players. And then for me personally, I think he's one of the best that I've worked with in the national team in terms of the tactics and then and how he wants the team to play. Obviously, he's always played in the national team also before, so he knows what Ghanaians expect and then what the team also wants. So him coming back now, I think is going to be a good one. Obviously, like we didn't get the result that we wanted with him at the World Cup. Obviously, the whole team knew what happened, but I think coming back again shows that he is sat down and then think about what was not right and what was good and then what to do next.
Right, and on the Gideon Mensah to you can sleek here, like I say, yes, sleek. Mortar Guinness. I say sleek can you have a drama show. I say, I not seeing a credit, no credit me show to. Because your dream home boys need to be now copying now. I'm some pocket be. It's your dream when it's kakra Mortar Guinness. I'm okay, one of pay bet power. And so, yeah, sponsors now. You copy more the MTN Africa Cup final. Or copy more the Legon Stadium. Nasa University of Ghana Stadium. Kwasi at 6 p.m. at the final of the MTN Africa. But for Quatano, nin swatch your mind at the airpim so. Now, that game we won seminar be brazen as a Bruno clubs me at the airpim so. Right, well, Senator and MTN Africa Cup committee with the anymore. Was said I didn't know bad pa. And found it, Sanya Bofo. And what they want something which is the league we a MTN Africa Cup obia
football I be who know if people are going to ask now but for coming ball say no more relegation no go to say now so time be saying o league no so
the fourth on the league table
but the quality of game you be who Sunday ni nyina ho babu yen
na de ono bon obobi nyo nkofo ya players ni team say ni ya na
go Debbie who say me coach you me license deal
minimpa
and my coach omumienu nyina ball my share omumienu nyina ball
yes we are share the whole season omumienu nyina ball
and so wo dey share the BC on Sunday me nya me no betina me be say say dear na me catch o the old be na wo hu omuni dreams match don boy
me hwe ni nyina
was that their normal standard dreams come wo Coronation Park was Sunyane no
the draw you know
did they play this good so what changed
okay
because it is an MTN FA Cup match you know going to peking crying
yeah I know
it's just kanema clubs no player of league come deno we no do FA Cup there is kakudi no our dey on different
so you are saying say in the league the umbetima bokukwasa
but in case of bokukwa I'm saying that the motivation the boy FA Cup nya no the
league no
in fact even officiating the standard officiating in FA Cup nya ne what we see in the
yeah be officiating because when we say all women affair and officiating but so far to the final is kasi na mudima omo obi answer Canada and na credit card saying na mudima clubs no
I have final no you need to be the first need to be the second
okay
into apart from final now normal you need the scan more in advance
okay
now we want our command 80 now and our command 30
no but I'm talking about transportation and some more
well if it is something yeah I'm sure something can be done about that but I don't think the transportation is a problem.
No problem.
Hey, boy, FA final. Hey, historical. Hey, back on some.
Right, and so right, well, Senator MTN FA Cup committee on it down on or then some to a grano. Bet power. Since the next match they went down on the for Guso Kaka. So over 1.5 and up more so far. Take a start here 1.5 it be due, but quite more. To 1.5 on a bomb over 2.5 no so mobile from but we safe no for 1.5 bet power catching I saw this guy go botomo and of course my Mortar Guinness almost slick can no and I can for them the drama so also per slick can for now but Mortar Guinness no to say yes I don't know it's a come up near the Mortar Guinness so the here say actually the go me say to say yes something they go under your menase come up yes makwe this year konkon and yet ayago can see brew e Badwam so now and me share tade na Africa bombe bobare na tuntum sa me gusu wa yie mu dia na ye image wear GH image wear man me manyina tade na image wear the share means I betima be camera the amount be long sleeve short sleeve quarter sleeve BBS sleeve not the amount need no matter your size obenya there image wear for image was 0546 452 111 0546 452 111 across social media image wear GH Ko social media na ko woni swadia. Mr. Kwachi, fantastic morning. Obojuma pane adia. Sergio Manucho, Bernard Padibotwe, and of course, omo AM producers. Ya de besi na pomodin won sama to aso. Kejwa nkasa ne Erica Siedubo.
Memo akwaba oye obi ene ni de kan ya o share Badwam health tips a edwoden komo no sickle cell. Ye do hu komo an ya ba bedru ene day. Ene ye pese ehwe treatment. Ma me fa sedama endpoint homeopathic clinic. Ya we bia hawadwen a yenko ho say stroke diabetes, yenko ho infections. And man attitude see a war who quite pa to a sebra check ya would deal more and a free a member so a prostate no on scanning free never said your prostate no meaning money na hoke cano etie ninti ene ye walk libua na what you munina ya Auntie Diana Jumo Juma Bedu NAD and more specialist hematologist Kolebo kase oba na se mo akwaba ye nase as I know de no anu de na ne ye pese ye to so hwe treatment
yo intino medin kan ne meka se nioma bebra ye mo no ebrebre hare na se te no ne kwan ye fast fire show nti enye hu se wo ba no wo sickle cell na edi kan ye do tena se ne ye cheche ya we ni mu nyina acho na afi ya cho kwan ye fast fire hwe wo ba no se kwan ye fast no eyendro ene nioma ba kumienu bi ebeka cho se ye na nioma ba kumienu bi ebeka cho se menye nti ene ne ebehwe ndro no kwan ya ye faswa ye de show mo ne edi kan ya we ne sinto ede ba no eno ne edi ndro no esisi ano kwan nti enam so momoja na enche eno folic acid ade a ye honam ne hia pa se de be ye moja ne bi nti obi a oni sickle cell ni moja no ye no be bosume mi ense ko bosume na bi bo bi o sickle cell de ebubu de bia nti na chese obi hia folic acid no ese obi a oni sickle cell nti folic acid ade hia ye pa ti every day bia obe no mbako tablet ketwa no mbako e de to sumi ye o mojedru a eno iron to be was sickle cell yemfa edru iron mum mojedru na eni tuntum no empepi iron mum to mo no momoja ni bubu e de iron ni bebregu mum sa de ne do so ese wakoma ne obrebo nti mpepi ni ndro ne de mo no iron bi anye de enim and na fe ye vitamin C nti obi wo ho ad sa ndro we mi ensa no oyare onyare o de bia ofa ne mpreba ko afi so akrandi 5 years na ho bambon endimu ye sickle cell no so sign masa ho bambon ne sign bafo nti edru ye friend no penicillin V ama ye hu sese ye ma omo anopa ne enumbre fo akra no ne fie num edikan no etimi bo mo ho ban fi yare e keka omo kokwa etimi ku omo ho pa nti se wo ba no ndi mfie num ma bo se okwa e de bia be ka se folic acid zinc vitamin C and penicillin V temi e dro back ne to sumi no sa ndro we wo be num de bia de bia for life ne to sumi no e bi wo ha ye be ma opara ene brufen eno de wo de besi wo akwa ne ho ye ne ya ana se ne ho ye hia na wo de ama no
na o kan mi twa no nti enkranke to anso omoso folic acid ne zinco oka
tini na ye woni nsuo de wo ho nti sa akra ne ye baby a ye woni na ne nsuo de nti folic acid ye woni nsuo de
bia ba ho ede
fi se ye hu ye start a ye timi hu day one sa akra ne wo yare na achi so abebusu mienu de o se start sa penicillin no ne folic acid e ma akra na parane ne brufen wo mfa ma ne de bia Oni ho yehye anani ndo mpenimu ye ne ya na wo de be ma no te no na eduro so etimi ka ne totu miensa kwan e fa so e de hwe omo ye eduro e ye eduro e fa no hydroxy urea say eduro we eduro ye de treat cancers but be 40 years you who say the more sickle cell then kakra omo ni cancer etimi mo moja na etise kwedu no ejina te say kukuwa na enibi no te no de namuntini no ma ekọ kama nti ebrebre ya no ase emo moja ni mbubu nti se obi bekwa akohia moja ana oda hospital ene ade ni na ebrebre ase basa ndro we na nya edru obetimi ananti akoto wo drug store o se doctor woni ndie e wo se edru ne ho e prescribe ma because ye won chire aye de be ma ye wo lab ni ade o so wo ye nipa ne de edru ne so a wo kwan ya ye fa so e de monitor make sure se edru no e safe inti sa hydroxy urea ni ndro bi akeka ho a eno ne de wa broche but ni na wo ho a ni na entu yare no ase but ebrebe yare na se ni nipa no obetimi atena se na Nioma mienu eno de se wo ye de a eno de betimi etu yare na se ye fe bibi bone marrow and say gene therapy but no endu ye Ghana but no wo ha eno de wo ye de a betimi etu yare na se but de mabobo no so ne de ye dra ye bra ye
aseda ne na wase na ye mfe no so nsi ha fa aseda ma endpoint homeopathic clinic ochena nkwa hoden wo ha bebesesia ye do say ye mo akwa ba bi emra Adom TV Badwam jubade so ye da Eric Sedu body ase so de agudie mo nsem abreye na yada wase so je share health tips shanon son say juada ko si fia da simenum bia na yakasa fa pomode ehon ye topic ba ko na week ni munyina ye de hu komo kakra sa antie bia ne ene de di kan ya wo share ya shanon son na bribia wo ne yen adi sa enkomo no ne eye ya wada kwanya na ba bia mo say givers Heba Center for Eba any ebedi nkomo ewo nura hodo ya wo mu wo ewo adwama so be ma fefet na adwam memo akwa be
hoba papa chome
se bibia bokọ de
ya me adom ye ho ye
na mo so Dr. Kwabi so ho ye de
ya me adom ne ho ye
ya me ase papa ye hwei
ana enu no wa ha na mom no medican e de yensuo no e na de be sha ase
e na say afa bi be si
na papa chome
na nipa no mahu evidence based
and there no krepa me da se na onim se nipadua na wo ho no no ofa ohamu chichemu ohane de si ho no na emu eduoson num no nipadua no yensuo na urura nipadua na nyina mu a ye wo atrapo na se nipadua akwa no e wo ho no mo ohamu chichemu no obia wo nsu a ohia wo de bedi dwuma ewo saa akwa no ho no ansa na ni nyina mu no nipadua no etumi akonkan na ofa adwen no mu a eyo ohamu chichemu aduokron nsia 96% ena ese ye nsu e den ekọ adwen no mu enti ese otumi nya nsu ho no mu ne ya tan se eye muscles ebia wa betre ni onipadua akwa no ebi no enu nso hia nsuo eye 76%. Ena afi de wahrawa eye lungs no enu nso ehia 22%. Enti sa ni pedua akwa atrapo ni nyina na okani nyina ebumu a na me pacho akwa 75%. Na won se nyese wuti nsuo anase utimi da asabra na watam akura nsuo de wonuma numu nsuo a ubenya ennuani duro papa wo mu a ebeboa ma ni pedua na atumi gina brane na ni pedua no atumi nya ahoden ene apomuden pa ene nsuo ba ko pa ba adwaman so wiasa fa na ba bia eno na ye givers ice eno ni nsuo a wonumu wiaso a we de eya abuju nsuo enti ubodin se givers ice a wose abuju nsuo enti no pe nsuo a obenya nnuani duro papa wo mu na anya ase na okonumu nsuo bi na de ohaw bi bebrewa me pacho bomoden na ko adwa so bebi eto nsuo bia won kran ha madina yato apete teshi nungwa ekwa shama tema bebi bia circle hanum de ene enye na wo honom na ko pe givers ice eye abuju nsuo nanom nenu ene betumi aboa wo bia wo di dwumedie bi nso wo be se bia di mfuni ana wudi eye branding etumi di bonho na ye kama na dwumedie ne tumi ekonkan a ne nyina mu no enka ekire wo fra givers industries a yebebo modern na yen givers ice abuju nsuo no yetumi edibi edi amao ebi obi pebi etu aton anase obi epebi edi edi ni dwumadie bi a obetumi afra homatrofo na gu eye kasamfoni ni so no anase 0543 222470 0543 222470 na wakonya givers ice eye abuju nsuo no bi na wetumi anom na bibia no akonkan ede ama oye panti eno no na enano me the givers co capsules any givers p capsules na de aba na me be wi na me the givers herbal mixture no etumi ede ewie na obebe kan se ebra ye wremu onim se ebra na mu ohye nipa dodo na na di atwenchi amanyofo ene asofo no mu aka ka ho nyina na ye ka pause anase ye ka koko ewo nipadua no mu a eyesu ni bani eniye bia ye eno ne ye kokofa sansonso de breye obeka se ni titru eye ye nnuane die mu obeka se ye di nnuane a fiber enimu ye nnuane a ye di ni nya no nnuane nu ese wo mu no eye na ebiye den enimu eno ne ye kokofa ediba eno akire no ehwehwemu ayaye ababato dwa se onipa bia de wotina se donhwe mienu bia na simanum ekodu de se otumi sori na wotinetini mu mpomu na ni intini no etumi nya hoden na etumi eye adwuma enti niama hodo a obeka se courses nia ye kokofa eye mno ye o nipadua ma na se obeka se hemorrhoids any pulse etumi di brain nipadua no se wotena se eche enti odwede ni ba we fifie ahemache akwakọ tinedwe mu ohyenkeni ono so ti STH ensentwreni ono so abetena se sofo empo de emphasize asodan mu na wote wono mu a unye simenu no emfa de emfa ntentre wompo mu ene akire obi otai pagya niam mu odu ene de bia na ne sisi bofam na wa so na dana beti deche no wo de kosa ni nyina no eye kooko ni amama anase hemorrhoids no na wodi ba nipadua no mu esa se yen ka se nipa no yen ene ye kofa de etutwe ede ba ntina give us herbal center yetumi ede nnu no ede etumi ede aba ni edi obiom eye diarrhea anase eye chronic constipation kwankro ayemtim ena obi onso bi wo ho so bi de na otwe anase na nukura na sebi menkwa agyanan bia ye metumi de hye me ho a me patcho me ma na nya wode ebra wo de hye wo ho no na enya nsunsuanso bɔ ne wo wuntini no mu na enya nsunsuanso bɔ ne wo wuntini no mu a na oba bema nso e de ohaw e de bre ne di kan wo ye bema na ompaso agudie e de ohaw e na e de bre wo na so okonya nsunsuanso bɔ ne e wo ho saa nso na bema e ye oba nso no saa pepepe na etie enti saa ni ye nyina no enu ene ye de etumi ba ma wo so ene pause ya na se koko ni amaman no ebi agi ni pedua na ye de etumi de aboso na maye wenum nyina ewie no maye de hu so asimesi wo benten koko ni amaman ya ye di hu nkomo ebi wo me so eno na bon se obi akọ ajanan bia ewie no wa ye bibia ewie nso ase esan ka ne se won san kobiom wawie bibia na wawie ase still ne hunam san ye ne so wani amame san kobia asa ma ewie me patcho hu san sunsun so ho here to hu anamo na kope give us co capsules and afi give us p capsules nanonom and na betumi aboa eno na nche no obo so no ma na asa bia oto ase na etumi keka na ewe odre na otumi dwi san obi tumi dua na afi de ho akwakoda ni kuro me patcho bomodin na kope give us co capsules and afi give us p capsules nanonom nanu ne betumi aboa wo obo so obi nso na mo no ma otena se kakra na ase ne ton ase ne ton afọ na se obeka se flus binum ete fifi eye sebi eye ne ton ase ho no mo edigu atade mu anase wonder was me a me patcho no akwakopa give us co capsules any give us p capsules na wetumi anonom enu ne be de betumi aboa ma koko ni amama no etumi efiri uso na akwakoba ne sa no obo se enum no na didi so a na fe de bema enum na akwakonya eye premature ejaculation enu na se wo de boss na se wo ni abrese okodi mpemu agro no ene wo ye ya na se wo na wo sen no na se ho atumi asane o eya na de oha ene atumi ede brew obi nso de oho a eye erectile dysfunction ye ba pim no abo no awoso no adeso no a ene engongusi aga na se wasi ni trans na se nimguase na atumi ede brew no unya give us co capsules and afi give us p capsules na enu ene betumi aboa na bibia no etumi akonkan enu na me ne udi hu nkoma nyina no ukọ herbal shops pharmaceutical shop licensed chemical shop ene bibia ton aduro man Ghana bu bia na obenya give us co capsules and afi give us p capsules na wetumi anonom na bibia no etumi akonkan wey aya give us herbal mixture mena oyew aya woni pedua ni nyina mu no kire se aya wo immune system no aya weak enkwamwa na ebo ni pedua no ho ban no sa no ye mena na no dwodwo a eno na ye nyansunsan so wo ni pedua no wankasa wo so enti no mena oye bia wo ni pedua no mu na obesore na oso we ne de maye boho meni aha na se eye immune system no eno na ye weak anasa ano adwodwo enti nya give us herbal mixture na eno na odi be boost we immune system no ma ebrane edo nyina no ni pedua no etumi agina brane na Ghana for enam ntontom eda ho nti no obi won mo ra herbal shop so ma me give us a entontom eda ho entontom no da ho esanse ene etridi ene etu atese okwa yaresa bia ho dododo na ansa na obewura OPD na ye be yan hwehwemu na ye be ka so yare ne eye we no ne kofa by anasa ne foundation obeka say ye tridi eye malaria eno nti na give us herbal center yakofa give us herbal mixture ediaba ebra wudi boost we immune system no na o send to eye malaria ene fever ase na bibia no etumi akonkan enre nyina no e wo herbal shops pharmaceutical shop licensed chemical shop. Give us an tuntum down and no any. Our matrofo no 0543 222470 0543 222470.
Yada say give us a center na yete won kano nti frɛ number no na de open no wonso de aye wapomuden mu adwuma amintwa me ho nti no baron no hey na you say the picture bobo dem say salon Rafesi o de be ma o do say o de mo bi no and ya word C4C homeopathic clinic. And so Abba Dr. Siama Etinedjem George Siama Jr. C4C homeopathic hospital. In one babidi and come. No, you're more quaba. A via bocodie. What top on your bad.
Thank you.
F.A. wife fence. And I'll pay a head ye. The conditions in the also.
Yes, good morning once again to OBBROTA. And I'll pay share arthritis.
Okay.
Na ya pese hu arthritis ankasa ayedai na empono sa arthritis no signs and symptoms ben na wom egumu ahe dodo sign na wo ho na eba oso adan na ebedai ni ama we hu se bibi sa wo system se we ntu hu so anamo a complications ben na deba eno na ende ya pese
eh eni emre no am say so to bi kan ho doctor yentie we arthritis na dia.
Yes, see, a case arthritis basically derived from a Greek word. I friend atron. Atron jina homa joint. Enti a joint so ani a can be a dompe mienusia. Enti example, bit say your wrist, a joint. Your shoulders, a joint. Your knees, and I could tell so your example of a joint. Now acquire joint intino, any kind say dompe head on pepe. Nti by design no yankopon e de bibi e friend cartilage atontem sene e be ya e be cushion dompe no e wontin bi so wo ho e friend tendon se no so boa sene e be ya betimi a stretch easily insuo bi so wo ho a ye friend synovial fluid e no so boa na friction na wo ho na ba fom nti se e ka esi eni kakra no na emfa yaw emfa pain emba na face with me move on freely. Enti say joint te sa na wo say say ho tochima na bibi be ka ho na esesa ne morphology na chese arthritis e ba ho. Okay. It basically it is an inflammation of a joint.
Okay. Ti dey na e be ko nyame asese bibia dada e dey na e kofa sa arthritis ne ba senka cartilage you say ye friend gregro. Timi ehi e ma fe dompe ka dompe e de ya obre.
Yes, you will be a friend of risk factors. So you can't risk factors and your ma ya e ma ye predisposed to those things. One na injuries. It is say be a play football and na say you play exercise no. Say unya injury be a it na advice say unya injury and sure want to painkiller. Because sometimes you need to be examined. Na ye hu ade a ekoso ansa na ya ma wondro the injury ye one and akese ye bebre so e the pressure etoto those joints no so ti e ba sa wo hu say joint na enka wo say tumi di ni djuma ye no cartilage na start say ekofom that will lead us to a type of arthritis your friend osteoarthritis. The osteoarthritis no cause as a result of cartilage airy na dompe na any kwan say hia no e start say hia na e dey discomfort.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. And they are common.
Yes, in fact among all the arthritis no and no one of the most commonest one among them. Na you far for about 100 obekasa about almost 60% a problem with arthritis osteoarthritis. There is another type I friend rheumatoid arthritis. And no so say your immune system fight conditions be then so say overactive because if toxic dose when you pay animal body no finding ways of fighting and your immune system start attacking those areas joint and also the another form of arthritis rheumatoid and no yes so common but most dangerous because genetically related. And he said, "Oh, papa, oh, mommy, and our family relation will be the likelihood no was through." Say, and also so bad. And my one side to say be a osteo bit me ache on one side, but with rheumatoid no a by both side. Tino ko air day, one year home baby, who say within some few time na of joint in deformed. And we have another type of septic arthritis. Septic note the home say inflammation of joints are due to infection. Your microbes BT say bacteria, fungus, and protozoa, and then virus how to be infected those joints, you know. It will be when you gonorrhea for so many years. These microbes need to be swim infected joint. One type of bacteria, Staphylococcus aureus. A very, very common bacteria. I don't know, cause this septic arthritis. You know, it's also be a hono joint. No, ahono. Ne we are ne the discomfort so aba. And then your gouty arthritis. Gouty arthritis basically, your uric acid were system. Now uric acid, no, you do a lot of proteins. Break it down to what we call purines. This purines also break it down to this uric acid. At some point in time, uric acid no hiya kakra. Is that say your blood vessels no you will be a friend epithelial tissues so that moja unclot. Now we have be say thrombosis and embolism and a clot of blood. Uric acid no so here at some point, but any kind say dorsum. Say dorsum not as our kidney to me impie. Na depositive or joint. Then also the another form of arthritis. Yes.
Boy, yeah. Come here, be first so. Na yatwe ho free arthritis ho. And na me can say happy your age limit and you won kofuko bia on it nyasa condition.
Thank you. First na ye gidi say ye ma me woni papa mpani fo no. Then so ye share rheumatoid I say genetic related. It as early as 12 years, 15, 16 years. Obetimi a diagnosis will be with rheumatoid arthritis.
Rheumatoid no only lupus nana.
Yeah, no. So you see, very good. That is it. That is the same lupus arthritis. In your own way, you find out that immune system, you know, try to fight adibia about system. Na akwa kofa problem.
Yeah. Okay. Inti yanwe na wo kan age limit which is first no na
first na wo be at 60 years 70 years but these days 15 16 years you be diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis are very common these days. And why is because ABI in regular checkups. There are so many ways how bit me check it and as also family member be will be bit me show diet and your lifestyle. If we don't do that, we likelihood no cholesterol because we did and we are predisposed to it. Now the problem no abanti. I know they are bound with age because they are genetic related. Yes.
Osteo no na make am.
Oh, with the osteoarthritis, they exercise. Say o bobo, say o ko gym, na we pra, na wan hwe ni ye no. A bit me lead to that. It doesn't matter necessarily with your age, but the thing is, you know, now you're home day in buffer. Until now you feel effect no more. Till you end up feeling more of the pain, more of the inflammation. Say more of say tender. Not just femo.
Okay.
Obi crowd is a cocan now we problem. O nantia ubenya problem. Obi crowd snasia na ya or nantia na buffer. So all these things no better say. Because we joined to also to a home animal.
No, son, you're best C4C homeopathic hospital. The more ben bois.
Yes, first I was saying who the type of arthritis, no, and again, you're the baseline investigation. I was saying, yeah, show kidneys because rheumatoid arthritis it may spread it. Echo brain, no, echo any part of the body. It lead to problem with dry eye. It lead to problem with dry mouth. Lead to Jogre's disease. Into a conipediana qua bebre. Yeah, into I was saying who baby a type of arthritis now or one. Then it informs us with the treatment I was here at the mouth. There are some cases, especially with septic arthritis, I was see a draining ɛyɛ fluid no na yɛyɛ ɛho adwuma ansa na yɛtumi aboa nti mɛsrɛ sɛ wowɔ any pain bi wɔ any joint a ɛkɔ so discomfort ato anamɔ na bra C4C Homeopathic Hospital Adom nti all over Ghana and to some extent some part of Europe mɛsrɛ sɛ wowɔ ɛyɛ central region a wɔde wɔ ani bɛkyɛ Cape Coast Green Hill opposite Addison Square Garden
anaasɛ sɛ
okay yes nti number ofra for any direction all over Ghana yɛbɛto yɛbo ase ne ama o direction no na wo so wetumi enya ayarehwɛ ɛyɛ 050 00 40 331 pacho 050 00 40 331 and now say 050 00 40 328 050 00 40 328
Yeda Dr. George Esiama Jr. say C4C Homeopathic Hospital into free condition we no di ho common and mom conditions be answer the buruma on be sure ma ho atimi ayo de numbers no fa na woni Dr. Dinko baby awo bia no matro branches no baby a obenya won mochiri akwan ma be mra me oba ko bi mo so ho ye ba say ya mo kwa baby mra Adom TV Badwam Jumade so yeda se papa pa omre ne adaje ma botuma ya krado de beba Nemo mientie nkomo we so na yenhye no nso ba Heba Hospital wono aba fie ya ye ba bedi nkomo de ba ne nompemu paade a untimi nsan wono ho be me na no peye mo ache na bi aboko de Dr. Ba ho ye de
yakofo adom
temo nka cha papa me so mugusu miemia nompenu mai ye ni nkomo na yenhye ade achi bi enipa foforo ba Heba Hospital
meka bibia second na ye center sisi ya peyo makokoda ne hospital prekope enam djuma so ayedie yo ya fanchi akese hema ahwefo ne adofo sabri a omohwe se mo amunim deda se ba Heba Hospital de e ba ne dompe ho asem de a se enyade a betimi de asan ho akwa piem ba bi foforo se opese odompe no se na tie bia san ba be se na na tie kan ne de a ba bi so down when the editor ba Heba Hospital enam se ya ebi pen nya fans na ba be den ba be so ahwe ne mum no ya obi a ne dompe mu bu mi no oba be pie mo hod mo ye send ye se ne ama no a dompe no ene onya ekire ha obi a anampo se ne rempo afise mbre bi atwam no na ne dompe mu abu mi no sanso no bi ana na chibre mo ho torch ma na okọ ba bi e ko kire se ye den be hye fidim be bosome dudu bi ansana na ho atimi ato no oba be pie mo ba Heba Hospital eho ya anye no operation ano so ya financial fidim eya bibidru ya na yede ye no na na chibre mo ho touch ma na se ne spinal cord ho touch mai asan aba abesi ne dadam a etesese na na nete kan na anenti se bia wo dompem hawo ana se wo dompem ama na bia de ba bia so down wani editre ba Heba Hospital aswe ho and also down wani editre na symptoms ya hwe a weather na sesa anenti obi ho a na wo dompem hawo na mum no weather na sesa sabre na abehu ni se wodompe mu hawo enti abre a obehu se wodompe ho ba bi ekeka ho anampo se ne broni friends rheumatism sasabre bi na etete wa ba bi so down ni edishre ba Heba Hospital nse sasabro no se ba so a wanka se bi a se awomba ya wo hu ne se o sasabro na mom the moment a e bi a awo beba ana se wona mabonten kra na nsi tobro a ene na asemasi ebi okrado na nsi okranso a enyeyi we nim nyina ade ade adanse se sasabro ena etete wana se ne broni friends rheumatism ne bi ene how se saade a na anu yi ana se na kira kwan nyina no obenya ewo baby e friend se ba Heba Hospital aseo ebi ana also oyobi a akwanhyianti se nya wheelchair na se crutches a ye de hye moto ma na se de de abatwe sisu bi a ontimi enante ya de bi a wa saade na ba betu bi ano ba Heba Hospital pe na so ba bipiem ana se bi a wa stroke nso aka mato stroke ebi wa na afa onipadua na efa bi ebi won so ana nipadua ne mu nyina na afa ebi wa na afans na wonya ehun popoye enti o ho abo nso nsa popo ana se onan no di si kakra bi pe na asate se e sheki we ni nyina ye ne ma bi edi adanse se stroke ya de ejina opon achi ebom ani ntini on pese obebie ne dia na se ba bi o se oda honi e ba be hire ba Heba Hospital aseo ahon so de hye ne so se oba ya de bibidru na ya de bi a ye ka ho asem bia na bibidru no so ya na efrafra yendro ani nti ye nenim the right thing ana se ne a wo se ye de heading e ma wo kan no a ye na namtena ase na ya de ahodo ya etini din na yini na na ho nanso bebusa ho se kwan be no mfa a mo sa mo ya de bibidru ya no me de sa mo ya de se nim de na ba Heba Hospital yes you so e wase ho a no enam nyame adom ene nitumi ode ahye ha mamam ti no oba yeso yenim dia ono hwede amponyankopon akasa de adom ye e wa ha bemem no eno ana ye be sa yade ene ti emra wo he ana so wutie na yade bia ka wato mpem wo de achia oyidi se ano adru eni ho emfa ma de a e bia na ma mepiem e oba heba hospital dia oba bepiem ho no ma ne bruni be ka o se e be a 10 of the past nyade a e be san aba so bi ma na mpo se wo be kai se mre bi atwem no na yade bi se etetew ma heba hospital ya so ye ne ye mienu e won kran ha eni kumase eni ti nkran ha baby ewo spentes ofaka baby aka so ko spentes bi si o baby friend say 18 junction o si o ho a taxi for home ludu e woni fan fam ni benkuma fam nyina taxi for no mo ho no ludu o de ka chom say o ko eye ban heba hospital na say baby a o do mpibu a esan di si ani e de ma no ana say kumase de a baby friend say atonso agogo aban IRS abia ka se na chi ope ho na obehu eye ban heba hospital ye number edidi ijuma e wo ebia na o yade yetete wo yantimi anka ho asem ha enti ubefre na waje mu nkyire mu bia eno so akwanya eda ho ana mpose bia ona mkwam e bae ho wayera kwan hu bibia wo fa na ese ubefre number na ede wa bpm e ho 0244 988 004 0244 988 004 anase 0244 083 482 0244 083 482 shana say ba heba hospital say there ya baby a eje IRH for eto nti obi o hono ma na ne yade na ha no no o say man da ho kakra sana because o kasa no nko fi na onkokọ he no ho a se na obekire no bia no wani so enti ya wo baby a ya de sa nkrofo no egu ya admission wo ho ene ma whether you about so e be ma oni na no ye ho admission enkora nyina ye ho admission o say e ba ne say e say je to ho a yes e kwan wo ho a e do bet 20 bia wo free chiri ana say ba bia wo free a wo ba no waka say bi mu wa enti ba de wo ko ho no wo be ne no asan ba bi da bi eno akwanya ene wo ho e de ma no afen so efiti adwada ekokopem e da memenda anopa no nson kopem edbreno no abrene abrebi aba be pim bia no ba beto mpanifo ho afen so Sunday so ewo ho I know no after church because as it because me am e ba e san ba betra say ehwe omo a e bia say bi nti no adwuma asem na ho nkro no benti wanti mama me pim ho no mo ifiju ada be pem memenda no na eno so ya to as we dey free ho afen so abrebi a obefre na e bia wo frɛ no obefre no obi gina so ana so frɛ fufuro obi gina so a obetimi aye voice notes because your number na your WhatsApp number nti no ya ba bi na afede nkomo bia o desmai no yeso ye ba ti na ya ma wo ho enchirechire mu bia eni ti ya de bia tete wo a efiti be pemo na se de ba hospital and also down with e ba be pim ade ba ko a hadwen yi na sentem ene se kaneno ka beti se obi kidney afilia na se nko obi a ne mfi ko na nim na so se ye no mrante no ene ma ba ya na enya sa ha no obebuza ho se ba ne sen na sa ha ye ba ese enua ne di aid no ene ho activities be brae no na de sa adwuma di ne ebrae ene nti Banheba hospital e de asi na ne so se oba ho na se oba ba gya ayare nko ade a first of all you be kan hwe se o kidney no te sen
okay
you be kan aska ne wa hwe se o kidney na ho den te sen se bia na ho den no e wo soro ananse e wo fom because e mi no ene nti yankopon nyansem no ye ni mi no se ba ko e adwuma na ebra na ba ko take over e bia na wo de no eho atochima anase bia emre bia ebo animu ayeba no eho eba betochima na se Banheba edikan ede abibidru ede asia no kwan ama ansa na wa benya ho hawo enam se kidney ne kitani padia no enti se ba ne se ene wo de se ya nye easy eni intimate na se ema kidney se abre ni abre bia opeso ba ho eba be hwese wo de na eyi dwuma na se enye dwuma na se na ho de nti se no eno akwanya ewo ho edema eni nti o de enese bia odompe ne hawo anase yade fufuru bia na etete na emum no opeso ba be hwese ampase okidni menu na wo nipadua mo yese no na akoye ne ho nipadua na akwa na esone so ne nua ne nsuo ne bibi biara ba nipadua no free home ma no wo de na ho de mu etesen eno so akwanya Banheba hospital edinti no betima ba bepi mo obi onso a na yijuma wo enti ema obre ote honam ya yo ka ne sen physiotherapy unit wo no ma eno pese ba beda ho na mfidi na kasa massage na emia ma honam esisi ho so bi ma eno so akwanya ewo ho ena ne ya nipa de sene kasa de nsa enso ebe massage o sa no mani na akwanya kase a ewo ho edema ho ti bia nya se wo ba hospital pe na emum no o ba for massage no kwa and also akwanya ade eda ho edema enti no yade bi e hawo a etete wa odi achia wunya no aduru no odi bra be pie mo ba heba hospital enam so ba ye wonfidi e de ni pede no hwehwe mu kane enso bi abeka se wo me hadum na ye me ya na ahya sese de ye di kan e ni pede no hwehwe mu ye hwehwe mu wi ni hu ni se wi ni na beboa ansana ye di kan e de ama enso kra no ku fia ye ma osan ba bi me ba be hwese ne wo ye no anase ne e de ama se ye no ampa ni susan so na akwa kwesisen improvement bi abem anase se ne tie na tie na ehu kwan e de befa so number ne bi me 0244 988 004 0244 988 004 anase 0244 083 482 0244 083 482 and internet boy mra ne say bachem for Heba Hospital yes e hono de ba bi pie mu ho ya de bi etete we fit bepem na ase de ade a e bi ya na e de free ni pede
Eda se papa enti Shannon son se ba Heba Hospital wo mo enuro ne yantonton ba bia namba
da bi o ya se ho ana ye no enti o ba na e bi ya de how na ya recommend e de ro ndi ama e ni bi wa bonten enti se bi obi di bi bia bonten se free ho a na bia no e ade ono ko fa free ni ba bi o de pe ne we na ba de e duru bi ni bonten
Shannon so maye se de o mo ye adwuma no enti no ahwa na obi afa kire ye bi mo ni na ho o mo atena emienu kumase ene enkran Shannon so no akoho adwada de kosi memenda na no mo aye dwuma ye no ma wi a me fa se da ma Franco Trading Enterprise phones papa fie die ene ho se Nokia ne Samsung iPhones smart TVs wo mo tabletop fridges Franco air condition wa kojo de ye ne ntem ne kojo de ye wo chest freezers and refrigerators washing machine wo ho CCTV cameras no bi ahia bio nya bi board nya bi board office ba bia onam bia wunu ne yakoso e wo chi ni na Franco Trading Enterprise akofa bi e de aba Franco number me de ma wo eno ano no enko peki bibia wo internet ne so na de ma bo bodin nyina wo pe bia to sikasem no ne ade a 0246 422338 0246 422338 and 0555 939311 0555-939311. Now on a Franco Trading Enterprise, the enkomo ene ebusiane adofo so edi won mo awodenti emfamfam na yenkan hiransem enwu won mo so happy birthday enkoma divine asagri divine asagri debio enye divine ni there be that way me bana and happy birthday nkoma Daniel Dobeche hey me na men crofo yiye everybody yesu happy birthday enko Emma Daniel Dobeche I Kobe ne friend no wanya 7 years happy birthday nkoma Kobe Erade Nshraw Erade nyo kese o ma osumfra dumu nkwa dumu Oma unyansa bebre no hwe so ayare ne keka bia ma onipadua mu obusia wo ma me vesi obusia ni nyina grandpa enu ni anu nyina we show happy birthday Kobe erade nya okesi oma onimdie pa na nyini be ni pakesi no ba be hwe we chanting so atiase happy birthday nko emfa maun piaga edu pokua e champon ana edu pokua e champon happy birthday enkoma no sheno ye waso ni sisi nyini be yo ba fefe wate nkodrofo nyansa ewo mu ommawo enkwatenten ahodin wo mu nyumfi nyarwa eni oha obi mo happy birthday edu poku a champon radenyo kese Ernest Anaman happy birthday enko Emma Ernest Anaman ye do too happy birthday nkoma say oye NDC Domro executive sinobi see happy birthday nkoma won kwaso rade nyon kwatenten yem fancy ha na mamboatma ayekrado e de ahusepe eto
Haba sonko ze babejo ma ahusepe ezino the founder or president for the Brothers and Sisters Association Bayezin komo emfanfa za orokodo no ho za otingi dem And I pay sorry no na video be a trend is on social media. Na in the video na missing cannibal boy mo na sha. Or as a great tampon wa kwa sorry be o wa brochi me na hono mo na sofo no o se orisha sofo. Na ampe ni munara no ken de oyida de lumba wo fight bi. Nti no mo wazana no nje mu nto. At first no mo video no na me first impression ya an nche yo eda ma wo kasha na no da by force a on nche no. But yes, this is no revelation. Be so abade. Sometimes I yanko pompedo shira. Bibi blocking shira no. So there, asof no force me if you ho. Ansa na tiado. I'm say vobelu. Nyimnyansa papa. Nti no no wasamara nyen. Yesha sofo no huni. There no bibi block. Shira no azo to life no do not so do clear. Nti no so wa clear lumba hon me wi a. Muso masa zin da maba cheche match most mo ya ntokwa no. Osi ebeke there about 7 years ago daddy lumba no ni great tampon we enyom bebre Hosanna Hosanna no obamitirim pa but there were lots of songs I don't know all album do ekaya lunch kakra kanara invite nyimpa those times no say okay a launch nyoma sika okay this time around for the one way launch nyoma sika na aza nyim was more na aza we no na daddy wa fasika no coffee. Na get up oh brother. Cha ya azie wie na sika ba it was na bebe bo no ma brother so debi. Anga no kra. Inte no na so okobonyom dada lumba ontua na kaw. Ekutia pa wa was bobo 100 lumba so kobo ofun and a cancel. Into no abiyo ka say the motokwa no ye dey si. Na me na domara sisi ara oyo sofu great tampon. Na me nsa abanodo ye papa sisi ara no why sofo into no ye de bese ha na ya hwede mpo no wa render apology a na so all ched kwanda lumba de becha no dad lumba ye bete de be na so abonyum ana de bia wa beka bibi ezafa ho na ye hu da masam no do etwa kwa zo besi wechi bia no mezeba bro na ye free honom so na ye mbo onko asemzibia wa chekakra na onche bia wa chekakra ena yenya nte do ya za court ahye mbra wo krom hade de onyaza osede obi a eye celebrity na public figure anyimpa nyimu mo from celebrity wo no wo mo kwan ma advertise alcohol za oyensa nyipa boa onom obobo won za nyipa onom obobo won de bi intum na advertise alcohol wo krom hade na the masem yi wan celebrities ni bi do. So no wasn't some no son when nature court the court and share because at that time no hey say be a company be from no sika on yes kaketwa at that time no na some no shada anya wonder them but what some call court or any day court ebua asam no asam yi ka the more details o asam yi mozba bro now so no before that no my FDA for no za work for the munsem ya was called court.
They say that here, so we celebrity unko 40 mission. Na omu Judia, yempese ubabe jina nsa ho ka sem papa bi e kire yempese ube jina ko. Mama nka say ye gi yemfa ye yom ano aduane afiro ho da bi krakrakra rather ebuo ni ebuo omo eni enim so asema omo beka no e wo effect eni ye wo research e wo ho a research rest nkrofo sa be jina ho kan nkrofo nkwala no etie a kirem ne bedu omo dam etie yempene sa de no se de mbra na tie no ete mbra eni ye de so se de mbra so kan se omo ye infant formula no omo ye nkwala aduane no omo so yempene omo mamo nye advert e wo nkwala ne ho aduane so omo hia nkwala aduane e ye doctor e no beka se ebi omo hia eti yempe hu se mbra ne wo ho enye celebrities so mama dream say omo pen na affect you yes companies ne krampo omo ye advert no ye mpene so omo de advert no billboard omo back go see school ho baby school be what it should be away more than 200 meters away from the school it is not allowed who say alcohol and say ye mpene say advert no ye be no before 8 it should be after 8
so say mrobo za papa okay you tofa pass or chair celebrities e come bazon there be come bazon na wo fo wenyu nchire baby asasa enye alcohol nko tin na obotum na wa advertise nye bebre ho na obotum advertise why there chinchina chi nsa nda pede advertise my wonyu under ho wonyu fa be fufu so atasa beverages bebre ho drinks bebre dokodoko ya moa different kinds when you afachere ho na je alcohol no ma onje no ho nti no ye de besi ho na me move akọ me nyim kakra na there's a video Black Sheriff do baba say aje wada ai nti no Blacko sisi an me hu sorry lunch corset so sisi so lunch new skirt Blacko a fashion designer and I will best go video no ai nti no Blacko nyena puff kakra corset kakra sa skirt sa wrap skirt sa you ready to biali she do efe into no asabare ye na Rockstar Mary also or message bi di mamefo otonedru bi edru na ohia papa de bi take announcement no na ahye so ta wote edru na Rockstar Mary otono na yembra
Fear women capsules so wonu ba ko na anjiwa mini bottle no awa It's Rockstar Marinyan Ochema Fear Women Capsules. Say enom baako na anjewa menu me bien menu me basa men bottle no na anepay wo fear woman experience ya baze because ochema me safuzi we over fear women no say ya brenta man rehama na wo personal experience fear woman personal experience apart from and the payment mobile phone lines no phone to mo na from mo fanyin pay basa into one rush na me free don call fear women srobesia baby wo Cape Coast na mo for srobesia into no say e wo srobesia experience bia mobile phone lines na to from na share experience na more chande ever from no minimaze say coming to American movie na bida. Okay, first call agent do one. Hello. Mama first call hello. Okay. No asa maranyen nti no coming to America sene no yeso no na ye hwe. Na so no me ye shop ado esini bia odan ko febre ho na komado. Stars na wo no mosma wo ye ya wo ye sene no wala sene ne ye kama papa. Na ya can't asam no. How many years? So many years ago, 1988. Wara mama fa calculate na calculate. Yes sir, we bogu. Senenodo. Na yanko hair stars na wo no sisiara mosma wonanyima aye. Yenhwe video yi abra mo channel phone call. Fear women capsules. Wo mene ba ko na nkoyi a mene bottle no. Yenhwe video na to American stars nyen na tell me care no mebo phone lines na to Fear Women Capsules 0302117024 Bismarck me Lucy Bismarck sorry Bismarck stand from na yan twetwe nkomom pedami who experience Fear Women Capsules no ahen na afa into no yes an enter video no biom ai so akwesi good morning
yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's my case? I'm putting two there bottle. No, I'm in my son. I share second bottle. Fear women capsules. What experience?
Men are also dangerous than women.
The men who? Wow. I will share what experience. No, I am quite.
Is it?
Share what experience? With Fear Women Capsules experience? Yeah, but
oh, women are good to me. I don't fear women. I love women.
Okay, into our fear men.
I love my mother. My mother is a woman, so I love women.
Okay. Now, Mr. Beshi, it's a share man experience and I share woman experience.
I share men experience.
Okay, me too. I'm bringing you home to Banapama Mai. I could see. You fancy way. Na kana mo hwe mo bia share na Fear Woman experience am papa because the Mary came me and Tasi Sister Mary na wa boy yesro yesro say yeah yesro ba yesi ha ai is no a fancy door president for the Brothers and Sisters Association aseda na inshira nka obi biara obom mtu meye production nyame show we release na ochu menye masa Israel ba yes set na mara na camera guys all ha say sound head of production wo be Kofi Ampedu nyame show wonyina nyame yadoma ye basa na yeshira macron one
akwesi insia commander 6 Carlos Senior we have catch us be kan se ne semetie ye ma no kre enhinta ema atro kontompo Muslimuka eni hine wo yema mu da bia be koso de obuoni die akasa kire mpani ye de ahorase be adwuma ba ye mfa ehun so ma memene kasai ya ne o se ye kan se be twentwen na ase amna ase ase na kire nya be kase a se ehun ya nka anodo ni ba bia medin de akwasi ensia asemi de kabre na edu so happy birthday and confirm divine asigri class 1 of University Basic School Cape Coast we through Mama Sarah Afo Central Regional Director of Youth Employment Agency and Afro Papa DSP Simon Asigri also Central Regional Police Clinic here you see a show happy birthday divine nyame enshraw na omanyini ema wiase ente wo so ede enu amnim sasa wate ne esiye e wo Supreme Court ndi atemu abase asem ne enhye Food and Drugs Authority in for the buy say yempene ema celebrities endorse alcoholic beverages wo yemem no Supreme Court atemu afododo na ase omo efo so I think it was a 5-2 decision by the Apex Court. It settles it. I mean, my Friday na full ruling member out. You make a copy ni akwa kenkai. Esu se obia enwu se obia eka no ede efa. Ebi hu ni sei, ebi su hu ni sei. Ebi hu se be nkum, ebi se nifa. Se obia hu ni bia no eye. But you see, to me, the abuse of alcohol, the abuse of drugs, our Ghana mabunumuno, it goes beyond celebrities endorsing alcoholic beverages. I'll permit show video be na reho abemua wa shit continuous 3 days ya wonaye wa shishi wanunum 3 days ya wonaye asefim papa so it tells you say omano ye more than ye nyinai ba ku hwe video yi na tie mu nsem no abamu wa shishi continuous 3 days and na dinna e bi creative for na so hwe video yi e ba say
hey chagelege okay and I find 3 days on night on TV na hey right Charlie no police over there Johnny Chagelege what I saw I said out oh do I use up 20 siraboro ah do I use up 20 siraboro ah 3 days the so na rock ne ma onda eti rock nkwa na obo and honest or no more person over there now say so 20 siraboro rocky wa Life. That's when you don't show me. We are on a feel Mr. President. Mr. President. Elias there. But you see, why find 3 days or nada? Can I also why they? Why find 3 days?
One shot here is a movie now. Okay. We should have a movie and I will share. You see about who say a fan of rock. And you wouldn't know, wouldn't that? Charlie. I'll is it to make us say, and Shena every day a buy no, yeah. But you see, Yamani Koko, yes, say, celebrities endorsement, and Mabunari and San, and you're not correct. I'm telling you, because I and Sana celebrities in the endorsement, and Mabunempe, Emo, Club, Star, Guinness, Now, if you say, I start the club, set up a brand new one, am I anyway? Sani Guinness to do a set of why anyway. And I see no more, no, yes, about we at the Buddha. And in Penfoco, 2-1 more easily go, baby. And no, sir, a short year goodness, I end you. Yeah, we are since a fresh we are at the check. And only son of Mranta de Rebo. Sir Hennessy, when I celebrities and Dawson. And I will say, Benjamin Scott to Hennessy. What are they? A Chuman was here, no, and what form? And what form? And a balloon crabber, I see balloon, I say oxygen, happy balloon, I say oxygen, who can say, who chico muano would say tam. And I say, in the moon. If indeed, yes, I'm pampa say, you pursue 2 and 1 more, you need baby or see a call. You pursue 2 and 1 more, you need baby or see a call. You jay and Mabruno. Sport I would do a ton, son, and you can see a ton. Because I'm telling you, say, and Sana, and your boys never sabasano. You mohunda. And you man and no and Sana boys never sabasa. You mohunda. That not to say a celebrity which will be end or say a tramadol. But then a boys no. Rocky can was a quabranum ya one day, and be no monum. Celebrity ben endorses Adeno. The real challenge, is on ground. So banning the celebrities, and you one aspect of it. And in fact, to me, the minimum cry. Shops na air ton sana yen to muno, and some say attache. Nia shagu a you bottom, see a spot. Near tongue. Kote wuda next share we be konia di edido agu ne gu ayi sport ni eton e ho no se FGD ani kire mia wo do ye ton tramadol one ye ton tramadol ne de mom because ye jani see ya and I see every pomum wayen every bra omo ban ne celebrities for endorsing alcohol e mabru dudu ananum ensa. Any na ye bani ako maburu na nonsa. Give us that report. Mummy as a report no. E chuma na ka so see ye no. Enya the celebrities. Kwem ke celebrities nsa no kwa no bo wo no. Se de bo anya de nyensa ebo. And the boys ne pensa ebo. E sana ebo no so ye sa bebre na FDA enyi tumu. So ne no so ye ho adwuma. E timo mrante maba wa egu fom. Ni kunsa shops ni bebre down. Some go here easily go on there no. Hwekwa bra no why say sra. Pejana ba bia nye. Etini obi na eton sa ade no. Se rock asade no, enye obi na eton. eti enye FDA eni solution se beto na makwahwe ba bia ye ton sa de ne free. There was a report that they published in 2016. Say as of 2016, no more than half of Ghana's youth are into alcoholism. Into alcoholism. Also, my yen trust near be sound say, dear Nami and Mabuno to draw no at Diura and Sanrium. And then everybody come to be honest, every year, be a money more. Baby, TV. Only time, only other idea. Obi kura kind the last time saw TV one of them. What so TV can on the phone so? And these adverts they be bring on social media. Sa and samba in the trauma don ada be bring on social media. Because makan ye ni as ye ni mreye. But abrofu bia kan baby. Say abrofu krobi na start ye. Ye ban celebrities from endorsing a call. And yes, you are finding kakra free ontino. Yes, you are not be. But the real causes of the NTM every and Sunday want to be country. And yet the celebrities endorsement. And yet the celebrities endorsement. And you know. Akwado be saying. Uye ndo be saying. Ni kan se yesu awofo so fanto ye so ni nya sa akwada bia nte sei enye obi a ne betimi ase na kwotisi awo ye nda bi ye won hihye o mamu se wonum nsa men kaka eye simple. It shouldn't be you so young pedo na so ya kwotisi enti e bra ne se wonum nsa enkaka. We shift some responsibility from awofo no. Alaya papa obent me and for suban no kofa shatole suban dia say this unto you eche papa ya wo ye so obent me and show because you are the first point of contact to oba suban et obent me and show wo su no ban amfa no se ne shatawale ne strong boy ne sa akode ye e na ba ne fa dia then papa there's a challenge me did ya kwasinsia Yankopon yard much na e beto as but enura me ya santimapo mayanka we no esremo amanfo ete sa mayanka na round si enwuse ni so abo promo so do nti until say be see the new one so mpacho mo yard ma hwe enwuse ni so ye why unse fie so bembem mo ba bia mo kunam no asantimapo mayanka ba bia mo kunam no efie bembem mo omo sim de enwuse ni eku omo na mperfo bebre frefre me sa kwasie na ka chom se enwuse ni so eku ye pa tell some we sense when you watch ma if I just fat as the person mu to asasemi edika kwa ba biem emfa emra person mu ebre eso we are fat as ya ye betwe enkomo de afa o my Ghana kanko ene ne pontuo but before that, on the brighter side of life, happy birthday, Enko, Enfama. And then he say, Erama, yes. Sylvia, Erama, Owari. Happy birthday. Enko, Fama, Sylvia, Erama, Owari. And then, birthday, a free, what we see a phone, and chain. Sylvia, I'm so wish you all the best. Yankopon, Enshroud. Na onyo kese kopem se obeye kese pa. So happy birthday once again Enko Emfa Emma me dey akwesi in free sabre kopem no kono meba pounds ma adwenu enum no trust na atwe enkomo dey afa Ghana nka akọ puntu eho ba me ka se na dey mortar Guinness ne mu aye de because of the jeje can a slick can se that yan misu di su kemu a efe kra keke na se na mortar Guinness na emu de no se mu de no kra times 35 or over 100%. Emu de no kwa ni mu pa emu de no kwa ni mu pa tem so sa wo pe anonom de a e ka be ma omni mu ago na abo ani padwan so a e mortar Guinness ya jo de jeje kan no da bia mpaso ya tra hu se ebeye shield kakra hu se yes we see adenwunu bebre ne ya na nyene but Mota Guinness jeje kan se o chile ne kakra bia oh egu mini mu aja bi jaja dai nano kakra bi di mu ampre ma se ba ja na nya de ketua jai minya ni kosua But I make sure that we to be able to check the Made in Ghana logo. Yeah, on Senebe, ya unko Tony, yeah, approve. Peter Kwasimensa, a member of the NDC National Communications Team, Watana Sefere Muse. Dr. Isaac, a member of the NPP National Communications Team, Becca, and what was about there? Eshe
Adom ya na.
Okay.
Send yes, is here no tactics. One for tactics and kawa. Over ni munku yi. Share anopay na meni obi din komo. A tuber of yam. Bayere tia bako. Sisi a 40 Ghana cedis, 50 Ghana cedis. Bayere o. Techima bayere ya yedi. Over. Tia bako. Sisi 40 Ghana cedis to 50 Ghana cedis. Uko jomua chochopo ankete no. The least is 25 Ghana cedis. The least 25 Ghana cedis. Minia. Tomatoes yo. Say ye bako say 5 Ghana cedis. Bako tomatoes. Minia, you see baby a enyama eko. You see the ripple effect ne say household efie mu na hochire guama for so. And sometimes ensunsanso ne bi no ana yedi hu a o kire maniama ahodo anope me wira ho. Na yese se wo fa enwansene ho abufu a ahwa no abruku. Entimi nua yenchia Ghana for wajebre na wo hwe ofidi kese bedenchia no efiri yewra John Dramani Mahama so ye ye papa one ye maame Professor Jena na Opoku Ajaman. Okay. Was yenchia Ghana for nyina Ghana for yewra mama say anope wonim se wabam abu wonim se ahohie hia na to so ba bia wo bia no se wo ye MPP ni se wo ye NDC ni tuber of yam ma make say 40 Ghana cedis 50 Ghana cedis no wuduru dwom ha ye musa so ye MPP na se wo ye NDC ni azana ya to ama tomatoes wa ene ba akotea ketwa ba ako ye ni 5 Ghana cedis ye musa se wo ye NDC na se wo ye MPP ni ahokyere ne apinisie ne ye nyina ye kom entu ewom se wo ye MPP ni de but what ban ya what nya ne mu gidi a wo to abama mo wo ma di wo no enti John Mama say yan kan kyerɛ sɛ akyea emu ye ɛkyɛn abebuo nyina anya ye bia no monim ne nyuma pa obɛyɛyɛ anya ye bia mo ne to no hu sɛ de na ne hyehyɛ esi kɔ a na ɛboa ɔman ni nyina ane sɛsi a abanya mo to abama no ɛnam sɛm dɛwa na dansɛm a mo ka kyerɛ mu nti ana mamu na jinsɛmu ɔman no yɛwɔ at a crossroad ye drum na donko ano ye hia gyefo and Ayura Mama say, let's build the Ghana we want together. On mine, I yen and I a penno, and you knew me. It's your John Mama say, no pemin can't. So we'll go down my see, and in that floor. Or slow, send you mujidi. His son sending Sisha and I know yen, and be a wounded in year 1 in the $2. Not dollar to see the Air 4 cities. 2016 Air 4 cities. And a Kikako 16 cities, how would you know? And go for no more dada or so more baby any year no. Was say no. Was as so ye gina se mu first year na mame. Wo munti and wo be catch yourself first year ma what say o man na wie no. Etini sa yo nti no. San krofo no me enyi o mu nsinche. Na ye mfa ye gidie ntaye wura do ma amachi. Na na ehhehye ye pa no. 24-hour economy a ebe sesa o man no Ebema omana running 24 hours said ye be ya ye si kasem be kosoro ye production be kosoro ye si di na ho de betime agina emabuna wo pa adwuma ye wa ye stranded e wo kromu o be nya adwuma ye wura dwoma amase no pay ye mfa sa de sere de ntumanim na mo me nwene o man no ho kane na ye nso man ni mu nyina ho na ye nkyekere e ba ne sa Omani di ya, over. Yen na na di you. Enya this from kwa na be di. Enya PP from kwa na we di. Yen na ye be di.
Are you sure say ene barrier 50 Ghana?
Yes.
Say former president Mahama nya kwanya be di Ghana so from 2025.
Yes.
Nebo be bafo.
Ma menchira. Anopay na metie documentary bi. Ma me dwade ni ne se ti asem o kan yo. Wase eye niam mienu. Sidi na hoode na akofom. Yem petro na ne boaye den. Enti ono ekofa niam na okra mosri no wo se tamale tachiman. E honom na bayira ne edua ne pa. Wo mo de ba no. Ka sika ne boaye den. Enti obedu a e affect voyere ne bo. Ye tosu mienu. Sidi no ahoode na akofo mo no. Most of the farmers no mo use fertilizers. Omo koto fertilizers and omo de ye omo no baye. Okay. Fertilizers insu ye krade ba.
Okay, and
Sidi me ba
21 me 21. With regard to fuel price.
Yes.
Say President Mama ba where ne den na bo aba from.
Na me da say. Ghana fo muntie ni ahyenkafo obi o tie mianu pe bia. Yewa mama adwene. Oman ne ho nyina no se ahyenkade ehia yen. Petrol ne boye den a eha yen. Enti odi bibia ye friend of price stabilization levy e buy. Say sika we yentwa to afibia petrol ne bo okosoro pe aban yi sika no e fa so petrol na say. Enti afibia ye nyemu 3 billion Ghana cedis. Ekufuado ne bawomia ba ye pe. Chairman of the economic management team bawomia etu yeru ekufuado so say ye fa sika ne ko presidency. Enti anei price stabilization levy a yeru mama hyehyɛ ya ode to say se petrol ne bo okosoro a yem fam so petrol na se no yeru akufa ne ba omiam de co presidency yem fam so government machinery no mo di omo de government machinery and you do
omo de government
omo diverted the purpose of price stabilization levy enti yen you so fam so petrol ne bo na se yeru mama say ono na de san hyehyɛ ne bai se ye to abama na number 1 oba be sum na ye yi sa sika na nke ye de so petrol ne boase no na ye de aso ase na petrol ne bo na conform. That's number 1. Number 2, ye watema oil refinery e wo hono obe kai pass ye mama penso no na ye say ye be stabilize na atumi ahye sa oil refinery ne mu kena enti fango na ye tu ha sei no ye de kwa mo no ne ye crude no ne de kwa mo no ne omo refinery na akwa akoto enti asisa do Ghana cedis bebrebe ya kwasisa ne dollars near the akoto, near the aba, high a banessa at the end of the day, no petrol born a costro. Say yet to me, share oil tama oil refining mukena. Near refining oil no waha. Now me Adom ya refining wahano, petrol bo ever costro. I don't know number 2 or
more to crude or Ghana.
Yes.
And maybe I'm teaching so mutu or munan in Ghana. Oh,
a buying sisse ye.
Anything.
Set Obama, a buyer do makua, a very refined oil no, at me more. Who can abide to President Mama Assembly? Or knowing his responsibility as government?
Say, ye can say, and maybe any baby a share talo ne adanyumekua it took crude or Ghana. Utua none in Ghana. And I make sure the same thing. It must come from a political world, a political leader. But instructor said Talu any more obey. So if the political figure don't have the political world, so be instructed, so be so much obey push you more, obey more man who say yeah, I deal with him or my Ghana. They will not do. Ye be en sakra o sam renim. Fantastic. Ya share. Omo mu crude or Ghana. So mo so betumi aye den aye refinery. Omo refinery or Ghana. Yes. Na ye tosu no aban na nkasa de no tema oil refinery no ye betumi ahyemu kena na oil refinery na ye adwuma ye tumi refine oil no wa ya because iro mama eye nhihye ye say o man na ya ye bo mu nyina no ye oil field na ye ba kope but the vision lead da no odwene o man ho no one na pamfo tu anamon ama ofra ba nwa so no ne the oil field no tu abeka ho enti ankan ye oil production under President Mama, now you're little around 60,000 barrels per day. And now you're many say because you did 2 oil field back on your oil production. I'm moving from 60,000 barrels per day to over 200,000 barrels of oil per day. And at the end of the day, money in your sika. I also this sika because oil refinery nimu, they refining oil no waha. As you were kufuado ne bagomia de. What sika de na? What moon shisha ya? Ebema in development aba omenemo enu nti na yeru mama say Ghana for eyame na menya say ni tuade hunu we eyame na me de san hihye we ba ye
MPP abanya Akufo de ne Badwam ada no omo ba omo jai sanya ma we mu nyina ato ho enka omo beto a me hyehye na me ye ne so a enka ne yem fango no yem to no yewura mama apenso no a gallon of fuel no na ya around 15 Ghana cedis and a Ghana for to a liter of fuel no almost 15 Ghana cedis. It's a shame. And this uncommon way no and you can see a trend saying this and I say MPP asam MPP abanya Akufo de ne Badwam ada no and pay Ghana for me be dia dance say omo de yam.
Okay, so
we need to really focus on the measures here.
Okay.
You mama di gu akwamu anka e ben sesa yen oil and as energy sector.
So the full refinery capacity of Tema oil refinery say a year adwuma to the Ginamu a 45,000 barrels per day.
Fantastic.
But now we are doing 120,000 barrels per day. So until over 120,000. Now say over 40, say about 75,000. We're still going to go outside.
Yes.
And President Mama said by his hands the capacity of Tema oil refinery. So make me absorb the 120,000 barrels.
Me da se pa. Mama say ma example. You mama a share energy sector on say gas e yade hia ye. Enti o invest $1 billion e ko gas mu. Eti na Ghana gas a trouble gas production no. Eni President Mama na ye investment no. But ye we Akufo ne Badwam afibia sa trouble gas na ye mama invest wo mu e ma my Ghana $300 million every year. Enti ye de nam ene yi nam. Ye mama de o say onim how to make productive investment. Enti say obe invest e was Tema oil refining more. You be increase production.
Okay.
You be increase and it's all about investing in it and also ensuring proper management system at the sector. The moment you do that, no, a bit pay back. I'm on my no yet stabilize it. And untina, ni shisha ye bia or ye bia no. MPP are buying this one fast one day. But they have not been able to do a single. They be Michelle people from so one investment a buying ya. It can be equated to a trouble gas. $300 million.
Peter Kasi Mensa, a member of the NDC National Communications Team. Dr. Ezekiel Jekum Obey and so as Dr. Bokodia. I'm not doing rapping. Or a medical doctor, and yet Dr. Na. You're born war. Institutions are saying, we're a medical doctor. Agasa. Abba, what you say? I'm not dumb. We are where sending my boy with Jasso. Nah, there's global inflation, food inflation in particular. Okay. AKP rise it day in day out. All kind World Bank reports, any IMF reports. We see what, especially food inflation, continuously it's rising. Offer commodity, but say a citrate, any maize in particular, global level, it keeps rising, and there are so many reasons I bet to me attribute to such things. Okay. For example, global chain supply issues are about what we are saying, the geopolitical conflicts are also what we are saying, and the recent war now, war Middle East. You know, say Israel and any enclave, nitrogen are NPK fertilizers no, because the NPK, nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, those elements and they come together. They fertilizer. If you take nitrogen components now. The Middle East, and the highest producer. Israel, Palestine, Gaza, Syria, they are the highest producer of nitrogen-based fertilizer. Then definitely, it may affect the production of fertilizers across the world. And when that happens, occasion that, automatically because the input now you hear for agriculture are then of course other reasons they might see. It's all about managing your local situation to making sure, say, the repercussions now about food, But of course, if you move outside the confines of Accra, food relatively cheap. In my facility, for instance, because of where we are situated, Omoko in Sawam, Omoko Dija de Bantino. We hope that we'll be able to open up the market. Now, the other farming communities areas, Nesuna, Inyane, Sebi, Ewohono, we'll be able to bring more to to help ease the situation for us. Okay, so Abanye aware of all these issues are here, Bobo.
Yeah.
Dear Abanye, I said that in particular to ensure that at least Timem for one how
So if you look at the global context, any government, it's in tandem with what the government is doing. Say making sure say situation arise here because Ghana sebi any island on its own. Definitely repercussions it be everybody so that is where government policies are very, very important. We shared December last year, and it wasn't for any purpose other than the planting for food and jobs. Now, government, we know, say, it may be a seasonal, atoso there, tomatoes, pepper, and all those things are seasonal. And until now, I buy and making sure, say, as part of the planting for food and jobs phase 2, mechanized, digitized irrigation system, and the best that out of season. So you drew Brabra in so top year, a beb one by year. That is where the mechanized irrigation ebamu. And see a best regana for Ubia Enya to wase Emma Abai. Now Abai is in the process of doing it. Yeah, earmark certain food substances, tomato, pepper, onion, you did mostly in this country. I see under the planting for food and jobs phase 2, government concentration to the extent that you be self-sustaining in those areas. Now you to me produce every quantity of those food stuff. Now you did to be able to even export some. So everything and government interventions is in the pipeline.
So in December, now aduane boɔ cost because of planting for food and jobs. They are planting for food and job in December until aduane boɔ cost.
So if you look at the phase 1 for planting for food and jobs, government mostly gave subsidies. Market about 3 million farmers across the country. And our government inputs, fertilizer and seedlings in particular, and our extension services. Until almost produce now, produce within those years and home for so and a bar in December, food items and control, especially during Christmas, food items and control. And within a long time in our history, the first time you can point to say you di bronya sebi and rather prices were rather stable or reduced other than moving forward due to how our government and in that phase of planting for food and jobs phase 1 government recognizes a key issue with agricultural sector which has got to financing. In the financing aspect and our government seeks to address in the phase 2 of the planting for food and jobs because in the end farmer input fertilizer, seedlings. Now now the cost of work it was also bank now loan. In the end, yes, you've done something, but the end result is rather a financial burden on the farmer. And now phase 2 of the plan for food and jobs to address.
So into the 3 million Ghana cedis near Pompey.
No, 3 million farmers beneficiaries.
3 million farmers, sorry. Yeah, Pompey is cardamom. Was it Adiana free? And I buy pen coin be society free or more. Did they pay back?
The subsidies and the inputs, no fertilizers, either were hugely subsidized because all cotton be a 10 cities, I buy can say my 6 cities, made amount 4 cities, or they were free, especially the seedlings. I buy them into what the agric producing constituents in particular. A lot of the MPs, especially, benefited from the free inputter government at the mine because the seedlings for the farmers to grow now a constituency and now man terminal a agric-based constituency or district. Most of the MPs and the district assemblies, you can check, they really benefited from those inputs for the first phase of the project.
Yeah. A brosumaye, because I never bought my means and not a dorsum.
At the time, yes. At the time, massive production.
A dorsum, it me say VB. How were it me a boy in this time?
So the buffer stock came in handy. And now we share free SHS model, so our government they are back. Most of the food produce now are buying a free planting for food and jobs. And now you cook cry with the buffer stock system. And now you cook mostly at the survey in secondary cycle institutions now. So government benefited, prices of food stabilized, and government used what was left, especially into feeding for the free education and the other interventions our government in terms of feeding for your school system. So those are the benefits of mine. So but I understand your question. I see we need to move on to a step further. I see to be enough. We should have more warehouses to save enough And in such seasons now, what lean seasons, no, so we can bring those things to the market.
Yeah, because
all those things
doctor, of course,
are in line.
If they are investing in the farming activities of about 3 million farmers, it's huge.
It's huge.
You understand terms,
I understand the second part of the answer I gave you. Say I understand. Primarily, buffer stock took stock of those produce, and I did feed the free SHS system, to making sure say your schools, day in day out, but to cater for the whole population, that is where I said I understand your question. Say moving forward, we need to save more, such that near any perishable, say you do lean seasons like this, we can bring them to the market, and they are all part of the issues that the second phase seeks to address. Now we will be very, very much self-sustaining, especially in certain productions. Nigeria, for instance, they ban the importation of rice to making sure the local farmers and the producing. That is what the population you will feed. Into Nigerian movies and most of the place now you can clearly see that these are local rice. You buy rice production from about 600,000 metric tons to 1.2 million metric tons. Now we'll share the yearly consumption of rice per the Ghanaian 1.5 million metric tons. So your deficit a year 1.5 million metric tons. It's your deficit of 300,000 metric tons. Even though you're moving from 600 to 1.2, so by 5 years time, the ministry's activities, with the phase 2 of the planting for food and jobs, seeks to bridge that 300,000 metric tons deficit.
I cut down importation of rice.
Rice importation has been cut down.
Okay, so
about 40 to 60%.
Okay, so the consumption 1.5
million metric tons
a year.
A year.
And they say production
1.2 million metric tons. 2 million metric tons of rice. Because if you look on the market, most of the rice now, especially the young ones, are advertising on social media on our market. Recently, say we also area Odum rice, for example, was outlawed as part of 1D1F productions. If you look on the market, most of the rice these days now, a lot of it are local rice, but they are well packaged. Yes, I have a couple of friends on social media. Mutobi, I can recommend Royal Vina, one of a very outstanding lady. Our social media, will turn rice, a whole warehouse for her, and a couple of others. And one of the interesting things is that your rice now you're producing.
They can afford to do a movie to local rice
packaging, because so, now we are adding value to your rice. About 40-60% cut in importation of rice. You can let your producer check for you.
Okay, so
rice production has been curtailed by 40-60% under this administration. We have moved the production from 600,000 metric tons to 1.2 million metric tons. You can also check from the ministry, or the producers can also do those things for you. But like I was saying, Nigeria, the only place to making sure someone importing rice from other country to their country, Ghana. And to show your local production now, yes, we are producing a lot. And part of the people helping us to consume those productions, Nigeria. Country Ghana for
Nigeria consuming.
They come and buy your rice mostly into Nigeria, even though there's a ban on importation. But through the ECOWAS movement, and we are because we are part of the same regional body, they are able to come to other countries. They are called Togo, any other countries called Tonyama Bayamamono. They are able to come and purchase our rice once again to their country. It's the best way Ghana for go ahead. We need to change your taste. And the good thing is that the local rice now you're producing are nutritious, because we share a critical element like vitamin B, B1, I find the timing in English. We share ammonia you're polishing up, because you're rare ammonia that food component now diani ahode ewo emuno ebinim, because of how polished the imported rice are. But your local rice is rich and it's very nutritious.
Okay, so from Minister of Food and Agriculture, Ghana's domestic rice production paddy increased from 463,000 metric tons in 2011 to 119 million metric tons in 2022.
Exactly.
As shown in the figure below, the current per capita rice consumption is above 52 kilograms per person per year. This was published on 3rd December 2023.
Exactly. So we've moved production. But of course, because there's still deficit of that 300,000 metric tons, and no any issue, aside what Nigerians are taking out of the system into
local rice near the Nigeria for ne ton dodo check
Ghana check Ghana for. Those are the studies. You can check from the ministry. Yes, you can check from the Ministry of Agric. Figure in mind at least you've confirmed from the Ministry of Agric. You can also check. Nigerians come to buy your rice because it's very nutritious. Until you will see as part of education on a program like this, you entreat Ghanaians. I say your rice production that you make it in this country and your MPP NDC Ghanaian made rice. I call Estroho, Northern Ghana, Oko water part of Ghana. You producing it's very nutritious and our whole and our rather it taking advantage of the rice production and very very good on our part these days. The young ones in particular, are finding ways of packaging your rice, adding some value to it to meet the taste of the Ghanaian for foreign rice production. And until you're making sure, see a bit developing taste. Send I buy ya minu ya chef we I also wash we nego think at least me say me de Ghana be account. Until I will see you developing the right taste for your locally produced substances, any food stuff now you produce. And I believe we will get there. Jene, tomato, pepper, they are all earmarked. And with time, there will be no importation of those things. The Planting for Food and Jobs Phase 2 is seeking to address those issues. Let's encourage government and pumping more resources into agriculture. Now you're making sure see a bit to me those, and I believe the benefits will be for the Ghanaian. Instead, will be a Ghanaian now we're into rice. Instead of going out to import rice, a good warehouse for years. Now you're transporting on the sea for a long time. Now be sure you be just a whoso. Let's push those resources into supporting our farmers. Let's buy from them. Let's set up our small refineries to be able to refine our rice and package them here in our farm markets. And I believe with time, our taste will change and we will all go Ghana to consume our products.
I was in you see, dear Emma and Como we here say Ghana for you, you feel the reality. Until you can sit here and give us the rhetorics, but the reality no Ghana need any face. In public policy, you have policy input and a policy outcome. If so policy now whatever 12 the outcome now are reflected in the general growth. The policy is as useless as the name or the atosho. One of the policy, flashing policy, you wasting Ghana for sika. It was so, and it's our planting for food and jobs. When you see Ghana 2023, Ghana for sika 4 billion Ghana cedis, and I say planting for food and jobs. See, rice importation now all cano. In 2016, now young for planting for food and jobs will be unto ho. Young Tabri Ghana for 4 billion Ghana cedis here because planting for food and job no. But our rice importation no, it was around 400,000 metric ton.
That was here,
2016 no.
2016.
And they are all about planting for food and jobs. I am investing 4 billion Ghana cedis. And the question no. Rice importation no is still hovering around over 650,000 metric tons. The question is that Sika the questions are planting for food and job no. Adentina ain't me reflected. Even increasing the importation of rice into the country. Ebra young for DBN to so planting for food and job. Ebra Ghana for buying Yera Mama Banco Tabri Ghana for 4 billion and Fanco say one. Now our importation figure was low. Every year was what Tabri Ghana for Sikano. Importation is high. Menoka say. Maize, a bro, ye credible Krumakra. I increase the importation has increased as compared to 2016. And at the end of the day, so planting for food and jobs, hula balloon, and this Sikaya diakoshemono, it has not reflected in the actual growth, the actual outcome of Ghana for you here.
Okay, Chakwasi, I'm trying to say in 2016, for example, right?
Yes.
What was our consumption rate?
Minia. The consumption rate was still around that 1 million tons. You can go and cross check. USA for NIA research and irrespective, we were trying to manage the local industries. And the amount we buy was say plenty for food and jobs. It didn't kafu ya mafansi ya kudwa. Ya tepi Ghana for 4 billion Ghana cedis ya kushim. At the end of the day, we should not be crying. When you go to schools, one of the critical problems we are having right now.
Sorry.
Okay.
Unyi ni say your rice importation above form.
Mania, it is not about say unyi ni say your rice importation above form. May throw the state that we wear. As I brenna ni can say your friend is saying planting for food and job. Yen can see I'm investing Ghana for 4 billion kwakushim. And at that point I was say what be investing 4 billion achim. What did think kaka atoswono? Your standard should be below what you came to meet. That is the policy outcome I'm talking of. Because what could Tebri Ghana Fusikan, why you found fed, Wama Ghana phone say, oh, when ye, and the state no. Because of the kind of investment, I was why you were money, it should reflect in the absolute reduction. And that's what we are talking of. And yes, you can boast of reduction be but at the end of the day, the actual outcome does not come. You cannot compare to what you came to meet, and that is a waste. And me, my problem with this government, I don't know. I don't think that's only more about. Because I say only more about CD depreciation pay. Okay, say Uber fan 4 cities. Okay, Ghana for say and yet Entiama kwa Uber be yan share na etumi aba form. And they no ka say CD in the nam 16 Ghana cities. Only more kasa pe no be catch percentage increment near the other. So that is the nature of the MPP. And no na me person Ghana for Ghana ni bia wutie me anopen. And for tell me you see adia ba ko aya na den se omo kasa na me nya Ezekiel so de to bia no aya na me de fa ama no omo kasa ne de omo ye different, and that is what he demonstrated right now. O se nya den yen consume maize in Ghana. It wa kire se me no de o se ye made in Ghana, but who say no de won share made in Ghana, and that is the typical of MPP. San MPP tie the omo kano and the omo ye no e different. And at the end of the day, we be pretty natural, but no continue to chroma the oil and different. And that is what we are facing in the country.
Planting for Food and Jobs programs, brainchild of NDC Sam George. The member of parliament for Ningo Pram constituency, Sam Nate George, wants glory.
Yes.
Wants any glory associated with yesterday's Planting for Food and Jobs program launched at Gosu in the Brunafo region to be given to the immediate past NDC government. The program is to be run primarily on the back of $120 million fund secured from the Canadian government, which was announced during the President's State of the Nation address. According to the lawmaker, the government of Ghana and the Canadian government began discussions on the design and modalities for the next phase of budget support programs for Ghana in 2013. Quote, the Mahama administration, after extensive studies, decided that the sure way to food sustainability was to have a specific program targeted at injecting capital at the district level to support agriculture. The Mahama administration developed a program named Modernizing Agriculture Productivity to the Local Economy, MAPO. Program was approved by the Canadian government and rollout date of 2015 was set.
Me that's a part. Because you don't know I'm no. Me pewasem pa. So go anope me no question sia. E ma Ghana ni a wo hwe me anope atiase se. En hihye ya ye de so ya agriculture mu. Ye de so ye no ba ya ye dua no wo mamu ni etimi increase production no. Eye NDC mpo aban e na ye hihye se ye mpega ye production e wo kuma me ni ma no se etimi ba
me say enye NDC na time NPP na time din kukuruka be dia.
Oh, na say Planting for Food and Job near fanfare. At the end of the day, when me objective, also we the question because very remember. We a very critical question. The objective of say we Planting for Food and Job ni nyina say produce and store. Edu ahotre brima yenye den yen release na prices na enye the enko from. We the storage. I am telling you, they cannot. Not just says Planting for Food and Job 4 billion in Ghana. You give me your storage be among my Ghana, and that is the waste I am talking of. That should be the outcome. And so I am happy. At least one my Ghana for say, yeah, happen here. This is the
Mula Ava. Oh, some boys dika carry gombotum. Ever Dr. Ezekiel Jekumawe. Ever trust the abai. We are them fine. We're near Mempaba. And we are 12 of number 6. Akonya also besa. Sorry, when you know, because for a second, say, come Kel Chaco toothpaste. And when the tree is, I'm here saying, I come. Kingdom Herbal Fonso ni papa e de abadwa so eno betimi aboa mo da bi onya pom din dia ko atia yar hodo a eba onipadwem Kingdom Herbal for akachi na every a very good morning to you Dr. Amofa akrameto nkache nyame asomdwe enka Michelle Pepper then a happy birthday call and from Chairman General Kwame Sifakai of Peace FM happy birthday Chairman nyame tonko so na onhyiraw sa wajuma pa wo ye edeboa o my Ghana also a very good morning to Fifi Bansen the dynamite but that's why you better out share pay so I question about that so I know Esiano madam doctor what who enroll ruling from the Supreme Court about
me committee kwesi dey tire
the
the rebuttal now be
time now
together with the Supreme Court issue no okay so ubisa me a very important question I say during NDC's time the total consumption of rice he couldn't give you the figure and I'll call ahead a Lambert State planting for food and jobs and I'll mention two critical things I say it should reflect in the outcome and growth. The outcome is that like you read from the ministry's portal, rice production has increased. There's no doubt about it. The outcome is also that a baby by last year Christmas, Enuanim brought anchors because a lot of food in the system. The outcome is that your buffer stock are receiving Enuanim and they are feeding your free SHS students. That's the outcome. In terms of growth, there are great growth. Ye choppy with planting for food and jobs. Way. Now at the point we are doing negative growth for our Greek. What we came to meet was 2.9 growth in our Greek sector before NDC FISO. And we are doing averagely. It's 6%. That is the growth aspect. Okay, and we went ahead to lambast the thing until you read the message from MP Sam George. I say, oh, that thing no crampono and ye Kufuado and then I buy a glory na NDC for. But we know NDC. Whenever a program is started, now a cononym, now a yield results, no. That is when they come to claim ownership. The free SHS, na Ghana for CS Remo. Free SHS dear. Mo can say mu dear yentiase because a buy way and the free SHS buy. It's clearly you can see the importance of planting for food and jobs. Farmers are benefiting, the inputs are the mamu, and then the outcome are yenya or yejaso, and then the Greek growth are the brain pay your budget and sectoral growth are you're reading it year in year out. Okay. Going on to the Supreme Court issue. Yet here you celebrities and I almost said the Sebi Juma the entertainment and the creative art industry. Sebi Omajidin or Maimu and a tower. Sabi FDA ediba say ma obi bia sabi wagedin e wo man mu a your friend celebrity enye sabi enuro ene ensa ho advert na they believe say wo share the section of the youth in particular omojumadie ene omo influence and popularity in society no wo effect wo omo so na omo mpese omo edomanim ebekoye ensa ene enrobi advert now I influence your youth no. There are so many dimensions to it because utie yenuanum so almost go Nigeria yenuanum Nigeria for now. How come put there ya ban obia ese obe use celebrity bi e da ya advert e wo say ko Nigeria ni. And in terms of adverts in general ewo Nigeria no 70% should go to the local people and only 30% of those adverts should be foreigners. Into Okwa, it is very difficult. So we fi Ghana now penetrate into Nigeria. But then they are open your doors, open door policy for everyone to come in. And rather, you can't celebrities and we should not use them for those purposes. Almost say basa, Emma endorsement deals. Any sebi sikabia, and what's it enka omunyano, Emma omunchain, na fufro, and a ba omaimu, ebeji sa glory no, any sasikano. Edi akọ omukromu a emwa oman no ntinka omunko a enka ye miemu FDA miemu na court no so entie omusu na onyintum na ye miemu na omuntumi enya those opportunities na sabi kakrawa beba omsem no enka aba Supreme Court so tena ase no sabi wanye omasem antumu even as much as ya no we should look at the
other side of it. I think I could be the financial freedom to do ninuma, to do the endorsement, because as sebi sika any ahoden any call into building the brands now. Sebi omo. But yet na no you see the fabric of the society, your cultural values, any your norms, any your manner are yet it's an influence are those people ewo your ma any your youth nesonitino. Because a celebrity be edibibi kanano now be testify say a year obi nkotobia it has influence on a lot of the youth. Almost be kotobi now saying issues about with waist corset your bo ye di mia ye fu kintin ema ye mai ye say omo shape eba omo tame flat. As to whether it works is another discussion, but of course the moment they see these stars using it, advertising it, they are forced to go and patronize those things. Now say me share social media. You see in no sebi etimi enhance about body features in no, and I keep asking myself sebi omo tono, not celebrities per se, but omo tono, do they know the implications of those medicines now omo? Because sebi in no be e won sunsun so body no ufa edura o liver and o kidney and anya asem o kidney ne be ye hu adwuma na the waste aspect of the drone o liver kidney and the be expel from your system, and your liver primarily will help with the metabolization of those chemicals. Until you this and no ye koyemu sebi ebe hansi your chest, ebe hansi your side, ebe hansi your back no. Do we know the implications of those medicines? But it's something crofobia agidin kakra e social media so our more followers intino when they go and they advertise those things. Sebi they say some of them do not even use these medications, but it's not the influence they have on the youth. People watch them, people look at them, and they patronize all these things. In the end, the side effect of those things end to me Emma out, Emma you. And in as much as a bitter pill to swallow, I understand yenu anoma omajidino esin kai baya e kebe boa omunyuma e be boa the hard earned reputation any image now oma building to bring something to their pockets. But the other side I am to mean controlling and the rippling or repercussions are ebeba on certain recommendations said they will make through alcohol and other substances to me and so on. It's a two-sided issue. You can look at it from their benefit point of view and the effects I am to mean controlling, and I believe that is where the courts and the FDA is coming from to say that Abraham Amaniama. Okay. Interesting.
But I say, doctor.
Because now we say I have more Adom TV. Oh yeah. And easy. It's the major have a you know more but now as a TV star, me I'm a groom for Kasim because almost show giddy. Mama test I don't pay me child and I come. Now me reverend be or show a video now also what and I know already Adom TV and Lady Reverend Vera appear crown on it me Apostle appear crown and chairman of pay. Now me catch you say Mr. Vincent Owofenso, a businessman, born this party, but a birthday. Until Mr. Vincent, I don't pay you. Wish you happy birthday. And that was his own hair. I don't pay. On say, Quesie, Macatra was say, Minway, and can come in Kunugunus Council Kohosa. The standard you set is what you came to live and you came to meet under NDC government. It is all the investment. And then Yamia Dum Krasanshi we crown, yes, ye your mamma and she send a dow. And what Ghanaians are ye na ye him say, the over 2 years, and I'm saying investment, the importation should reduce below what you came to meet. And anything above what you came to meet is a failure. Admit that. And in fact, and also the over 2 years na NDC abanshi and who to me any day emitted that figure. So you have failed. They're planting for food and hula balu around it. You are only battling with your own records. And that way, you cannot compare that to NDC record. You have failed Ghanaians. It's your honor, dear. Me say the reality, no Ghana for any face. Omo ko dwama so no pe kototo niama ma me fo ayedi akon masika hye omo boto omo kwa sika enso no omo na feel hit no. It's at the end of the day omo na be ka no kore. Enya me ne me nua Ezekiel. Me nua sa FDA regulation ya for celebrities who omo court no. Sa asem kai no. Ayasa besepane nkwanya haban over yetase ni banyansefuom esan se enkofo bi adwuma wo moye na omo so kakra ka oma no na yede nhyehye eba abaye den eba beto ho ni nyina no the ultimate ne say esunsanso no masa menua anope wo yi video bi na awere ho se ye nuanom mrante ne mamba we bi esei wo kuruma enam nsa enam hwi joto tramo menua dia ba nanse kura maya na somu pa ya bi sisa na nim dia omo ya omo shisha everything shisha ana shisha minim kra
omo twia nwusie
na nwusie na buo fo omo no and na da bi omo de da omo we dey anya hwe is just for fun. It's just for fun. The health implication no a long term effect.
But Dr. Fami ya aware say there's a health implication.
What there's a deception.
Enye na mwatwe gu book mu da mo.
And say there's a greater deception say oh sa shisha ne dey oh enti nem ma ya no bebre first na mrante na ja omo ko clubs ne ade ho so and nem ma ya na to mogum ahu na sa oni obaye bia decent lady woni ne di common oga say we dey just for fun. So what I say shisha na ni say obehu celebrity bi wo ye bi me nyina ne say sa advert ya celebrity for ye bia no ensunsanso bi wo ho a ewo wo ye magunu ne so you cannot take that out. As much as I believe say oh ye nuanum celebrities o madwuma o mo ye ne ade I'm telling you there are people who are influenced by the fact that who say oh papa we and advertises are the way me catch us and right ye di nkomo bi na say almost abaya bi buy obey advert for eduro bi ama maya bebre no omunum tia hudu bi because oh ye celebrity now advertise eduro ntino omunim so eduro we yes tin we yes economy ya fu bet that is the effect here and one of the issue we can deal with. However anya no nko a te say de na nipa bebre kan signboard ahodo awuo krom ni ade ni nyina enti na say FDA for say celebrities for aya advert ema ensan ahodo bi a wonsusu anso wo ye nuanom ye maba wa ye nuanom nketo ane so a signboard ahodo aya mount wo krom anu so promote no is one of them. And the last point which is so important, mesre I am so passionate about parenting. Kwasi yeti hey so when yam tete ye power fie mu pa me ma kwasi ameti hey I always tell people there's nothing that will motivate me to drink.
I want no
me no na me dey answer me dey because me cry no ensa na mo no mo amono nsa mo no ma na mo yinya mo nim. Even the aspect no that aspect alone pushes me away.
Onye guy.
No me can't say na that aspect alone pushes me away.
So na num na yenya
ye munya o manim kra ade na nyo ade no ankasa wo num na nya ode
debi unze be jamte unze bibia wo na nyeso
yes na tie no na
nyeso ne
me say me I'm talking about my person and the other nyao you see there's nothing irrespective of the crowd that make akopiem e be motivate me so konomi shisha.
But I see Peter Kwesi Bensa, member of the NDC National Communications Team. But because you are saying you oko podcast, oko YouTube, oko adomonline.com. Your programs ni nyina ego. Your programs ya ye nyina da. Uropa de search Adom TV. Ni nyina ego no. Send be every day. So when to me anya time kura hwe na no pay at the comfort of your home. And now office unya break akra na person hwe baka obetimi akona kohwe ni nyina back sene be ya da biada obeye informed abane ekoso ye be emo be dey akwasi inse ochina efiare be hia komo kase o ochina no pa ye ne pedi pebu when this bidding komo o fidwe emo
omo ya omo nya skabat
ochina pa be say dey hia background